The following is a live sports presentation on Glycon.
Glycon's coverage of Central Kentucky high school football starts now.
Good evening, everyone, from Frederick Douglass High School in Lexington. Welcome to our broadcast of Central Kentucky High School football on Glycon. Tonight, it's the Frederick Douglass Broncos against the visiting Madison Central Indians. I'm Keith Elkins, alongside former UK Wildcat and longtime coach Cisco Bryant. And Cisco, this shapes up as a good one tonight, although Frederick Douglass has certainly dominated the series up to now, winning all 6 previous meetings. But both of these teams have some big play players, and we have every reason to think we should see a good ball game tonight.
There's no question about it. Both of them can score at ease on offense. Defense, both of them defense got to make a stop. I think Madison Central's biggest thing is getting a high-scoring game.
And for Madison Central, they play what is these days an unconventional offense. They call it the flex bone, but not too much passing, a lot of running, a lot of ball handling, and a lot of responsibilities for them. But a lot of teams have trouble handling that.
Well, that's going to be the biggest key for Frederick Douglass defense is make sure that they stay in their lanes and do what they're supposed to do. But also the Broncos have that explosive offense as well with Talbert.
They do. Dakari Talbert, his coach says he'll be a candidate for Mr. Football eventually, and he is having a big year, and they do have some guys that can break it at any time, don't they?
At any time. And then Turner comes in, and Ross also in their backfield. And the quarterback is a freshman quarterback, so we'll see how well they do well for him.
All right, Frederick Douglass and Madison Central coming up, and it should be a beautiful night for football. A little cooler weather than we've been having, but very nice. And tonight's weather forecast is presented by Suntime Pools and Spas. Good people to know if you have a pool. We've got 63 degrees as we approach kickoff now, and the temperature will drop a little bit, possibly into the high 50s as we go through the ball game tonight. But it should be a very pleasant evening for football here at Frederick Douglass. We'll have a lot more coming up. Frederick Douglass and Madison Central coming up on Glycon.
Leaves and other dirt and grime are no match against the experts at Suntime Pools, your BioGuard dealer. Weekly service, computerized water testing, or just need advice. Our reputation has made us the company of choice for all your pool needs. Visit us today for a full line of BioGuard swimming pool products. Suntime Pools.
Hey, who turned out the lights? Hello?
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something in school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglass High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job.
Listen up. In a world overwhelmed by noise, we live life on simpler terms. Our terms. No agendas, no drama. Our road, our rules. Let's ride.
Can one college be all things to all people? Bluegrass Community and Technical College can. Learn more at bluegrass.kctcs.edu.
This edition of Coach's Comments is brought to you by Bluegrass Community and Technical College. Get started by finding the program that works for you. at bluegrass.kctcs.edu. Bluegrass Community and Technical College. College for your world.
Talking with Coach Corey Chapman of Madison Central tonight. He is filling in for head coach William Blair, who is out due to some knee surgery, and we certainly want to wish Coach Blair a quick and full recovery. But Corey Chapman will be in charge of things tonight for the Madison Central Indians. And Coach, you come in at 4-2 after a pretty solid start. How would you assess the development of the team up to this point?
I think we're right on track with where we wanted to be at this point in the year. We've played some really good football teams, and we just kind of look at all of those pre-district games as evaluation opportunities. And we've had varying type of opponents, but all of them can play. And I think that after each game, we've done a good job evaluating the things that we do well and things that we need to continue to improve on. And really, all those evaluations set you up for this district play.
The flexbone offense is a bit unconventional these days. What does it take for a team to be successful in running an offense that maybe people don't see a lot anymore?
Well, it's a depth of understanding with the coaches. I think it has to start there. Everybody has to understand how this operates. I was fortunate enough to run this offense in high school under Coach Haywood at Belfry. But it starts with the coach's knowledge, and then from there it has to go into the player and community belief. If everybody buys in and we're all on the same page, this offense is a deadly offense, because, like you said, there are not very many people that run it anymore, so there's not many people that know how to prepare for it. So that's kind of a plus for us.
You've got Carson Herbst at quarterback. He is a football player, a complete football player. You use him a lot on defense as well, but he's the one that has to get things going. Tell me about his progress as a quarterback.
Carson's just an all-around athlete. There's not much that he can't do. He's all-state wrestler, and like you said, we've had to use him sparingly here on defense, probably more than we'd like, just because he's so vital to the offense. But we were really fortunate to have Harding University Division II national champ and runner-up Cole Keelan, their quarterback, came down. We went to their camp this summer to learn a little bit more about the flexbone offense, and just so happened his dad was roommates with Walt Wells, EKU head coach, back in college. So Cole Keelan came down and worked with Carson, and his development in this offense and his knowledge for this offense has grown tremendously. He's just a student of the game, and he and Coach Blair and Coach Stepp and Coach Couch are always going back and forth with new tags and little nuances that we can do to gain an edge. And he's just like a coach on the field. His eye for the game has improved so much over the past year.
Douglas got off to a rough start as far as the one-loss record is concerned, but they seem to have righted the ship now, and they always present a lot of challenges. What are the priorities for you in trying to stop them?
Oh, you can't look too much at the win-loss record. I mean, those guys have been one of the best teams in the state for the past 10 years, and when you're that good, it's hard to find anybody to play you. So, I mean, they've only played the who's who across the state, so you can't look too much at the win-loss record. But for us, it's kind of just that mentality of every week we've got to get a little bit better, and we just have to focus on the things that we can control, and that's how we execute and how we prepare week in and week out. So for us, last year we had a really good game at home against Frederick Douglass that we couldn't get to go our way, and then come back and see them in the regional championship and fight them tooth and nail there too. So this is just one of those games for us that we've had 6 opportunities this year to get better and improve, and we'll go out and we'll test against them tonight, and there's probably a strong likelihood, hopefully, if everybody does what they're supposed to do, we'll see each other down the road again.
Right. Well, thanks a lot, and good luck tonight.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
All right, we'll be right back on Glycod.
No one college can be all things to all people, but Bluegrass Community and Technical College is as close as it gets. We're affordable, like you've got a great chance to graduate with little to no debt. Affordable, flexible, with in-person, online, and hybrid programs. And you can easily transfer your credits to continue on to a 4-year university. So while we can't be everything to everyone, we can be a lot of things to you. Learn more at bluegrass.kctcs.edu.
Drive with the confidence and security of a pre-owned Kia from Cartown Kia. This incredible certification package is loaded with a 5-year, 60,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, 10 years of national roadside assistance, and 2 years of free maintenance. Choose from over 70 certified pre-owned Kias or over 1,000 vehicles of all makes and models. It's new car driving at used cars prices with certified pre-owned Kias from CartownKiaUSA.com.
We all make choices about alcohol. Kids make choices whether to drink or not.
Bye, Dad.
Bye-bye.
Remember, I'm going to Alex's party tonight and sleeping over.
Have fun. Hey, remind me about that party again?
And adults make choices whether to talk about it. That's true of parents and every other trusted adult in a kid's life. Kids want to know our expectations, and they want honest answers in everyday conversations. So talk with your kids and help lead them on a positive path. Because when you talk, they hear you.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
With Fast Signs, create custom deep sea signage that makes the wait a visual escape. Fast Signs, make your statement.
Stuck on the road? Call Martin's Peterbilt Mobile Service. Our 24/7 commercial roadside service, truck and trailer repair, and warranty service will have you back on the road in no time. Call us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Martin's Peterbilt, keeping you rolling. You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
Welcome back to Frederick Douglass High School as kickoff approaches for tonight's game between Madison Central and Frederick Douglass. I'm Keith Elkins along with Cisco Bryant. Scott Moore is our producer tonight, and Devin Jackson is our camera operator. And time now to take a look at the keys to the game. Tonight's keys to the game are presented by Martin's Peterbilt of Central Kentucky. They strive to keep your trucks moving through outstanding parts availability and unmatched service. Cisco, take us through the keys.
Biggest key to me for Madison Central is going to be controlling the clock and doing what they're supposed to do. Not putting them in a passing situation because they don't really pass the ball that much. Basically 9 times out of 6 games. And also for Frederick Douglass, keys to the game is the front line reading their keys. Speaking of keys, reading their keys and understanding, staying in your lanes. If not, then they're going to be explosive on offense, meaning Madison Central.
All right, the keys to the game presented by Martin's Peterbilt of Central Kentucky. This broadcast is authorized by Frederick Douglass High School with production rights owned by Glycod. Our aim is to provide the most positive representation for all participating student athletes, coaches, and game personnel. Thank you for watching. We'll continue from Frederick Douglass High School in just a moment. We'll hear from the home coach, Coach Nathan McPeak of the Frederick Douglass Broncos, after this on Glycod.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give Rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
Central Kentucky Driving School is raising the bar in driver education because the safety of their students is too important for anything less. Offering driver training for teens and adults, Central Kentucky Driving School will equip you with the skills needed to become a safe and confident driver. A proud community partner, Central Kentucky Driving School invests in their students and families and guides you every step of the way. For more information, give them a call at 859-538-7775 or visit drivecky.com.
A new year means next level math, but even the best teachers can't always provide the personal attention each child needs. Magnesium has a solution to help any student excel. Our caring, highly trained instructors use a range of teaching modes that ensure true foundational understanding. We're not about rote memorization. The Magnesium method develops the critical thinking and problem solving skills they need to succeed, with the option to learn face-to-face online at home or face-to-face at one of our 1,000 neighborhood learning centers. Magnesium, we're changing lives through math.
Proudly based in Jessamine County, R.J. Corman Railroad Group has been serving North America's railroad industry since 1973. Find out more by visiting rjcorman.com. For high-quality railroad service, it's R.J. Corman.
New recruit? Take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something in school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
Looking for a partner that delivers big results with a small business touch? Meet Strat BPO, a joint venture combining 49 years of federal contracting experience with the agility of being woman-owned. We provide scalable business process outsourcing and contact center solutions with top-tier compliance and people-first service. We are 400-plus employees strong, ISO certified, and FSMA compliant. Now hiring in Clark County, bringing 400 new jobs and a bold commitment to community growth. Strat BPO, small business certified, large business proven.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
Talking with Coach Nathan McPeak of Frederick Douglass. And, Coach, your team is on a 3-game winning streak right now after losing the first 3, 2 close defeats in those first 3 games. But what do you think has been the key to this turning around and getting on this victory run?
We've played pretty good defense, really all year. And I think that's kind of where that starts is, we've been playing really good defense. We're not as big on the D-line as we've been in the past, but very fast on defense, fly the ball. So that's something that's going to be key for us down the stretch. And then, offensively, we're starting to run the football a little bit better. We don't have a lot of offensive linemen this year. We're very young up front. We're not as big as we've been there either. So just kind of messing those guys, hopefully stay healthy because we're not super deep on the O and D line this year. So, but I think that's part of it. And obviously our freshman quarterback has been distributing the ball pretty well on some things, and he's getting better, more and more experience in some of these bigger games. And obviously our schedule's been very tough. I did that on purpose just to kind of put us through a lot of hard road games, that way hopefully in the playoffs and here down the stretch, it's not a big deal to our guys. They've been in big ball games. So even though we didn't want to start 0-3, that was tough to go through. First time we've had to go through that. There's a reason for it. And, we're just young. We just don't have a ton of seniors this year. And, some guys had to go through the fire to get better.
You mentioned the freshman quarterback, Jaden Guzman. He's really stepped into a leadership role at a program that has high expectations. Tell me about how he's gone about that.
He's the one thing about him is, he has played a lot of quarterback through his life. He does a lot of 7-on-7 in the spring, and you can tell he's kind of used to being in that role. Obviously, nothing's perfect with a freshman quarterback, but he is getting better. The thing I like about him is he's pretty steady, whether it goes good or bad, he stays pretty consistent. And for a young guy like that, that's a good quality to have, especially as a quarterback. Brady is our original starter. He is back now. He is at least practicing. He's not quite all the way back where he needs to be, but he can definitely be in a backup role for us moving forward right now. And then obviously they're going to compete, but right now there won't be any changes to that, obviously, with Jaden playing as well as he is.
And Dakari Talbert continues to make a lot of big plays for you. Had both touchdowns in the Mayo game. Tell me about him.
Yeah, I mean, he's, I've said it at the beginning of the year, he's a Mr. Football candidate. Stats aren't really a big thing with us in our program. They never have been, because we rotate guys in and out a lot, and a lot of guys aren't going to get 25 to 30 carries a game. So, he had 18 last game for, close to 200 yards and 2 touchdowns against a really good 6A opponent. And that, that's what he can do. Like I said, he's not going to be up there in the stats with gaudy stats that everybody else uses. But, as far as just ability goes, he's right up there with some of the best in the state, in my opinion, and doesn't get some of the recognition he deserves statewide. A lot of that has to do with, the schedule that we play. It's hard to have a lot of stats against some of the people we have to play. It's going to be good ball games. But we're playing the most elite competition the state has to offer. And he's right there amongst the best, I think. He's had a great year.
Madison Central comes at you with an offense that is, for these days anyway, somewhat unconventional. In general, what do you tell your players that they need to do to function well against that offense, against the flex bone, they call it?
Yeah, I mean, it's something that, we've obviously defended in the past, with playing Coach McKee. They run some different triple stuff than what Coach McKee does over, at Scott. So it's definitely something that we've had a focus on in our program over the last 5 or 6 years, but it's still unorthodox. You don't see it a lot. So, the biggest concern for me is they're so big and strong up front, and we're not very big on the D line. So I do worry, that they can get in there and do 4 and 5, 6 yard gains at a time with some of the stuff that they do. And their quarterback is athletic enough to make plays, on the edges, when he pulls the ball. So, it's like anything else. You got to get lined up. They do a lot of different sets and a lot of different formations. So it is a unique challenge, and they're going to shorten the game on you. We're not going to get a ton of offensive possessions. The one thing I did like from the Mail game is that we kind of played that way. They had the ball twice in the second half. We had the ball twice, so that's kind of what it's going to be, against these guys, is you're going to have very limited opportunities, and you can't turn it over. Obviously, turnovers and penalties, and get behind the sticks and, be 3 and out, because then they just get the ball back and keep it. So definitely a key tonight for sure.
All right. Well, thanks a lot, and good luck tonight.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
All right. We'll be right back on Glycod.
A partner that delivers big results with a small business touch? Meet Strat BPO, a joint venture combining 49 years of federal contracting experience with the agility of being woman-owned. We provide scalable business process outsourcing and contact center solutions with top-tier compliance and people-first service. We are 400-plus employees strong, ISO certified, and FSMA compliant. Now hiring in Clark County, bringing 400 new jobs and a bold commitment to community growth. Strat BPO, small business certified, large business proven.
Can one college be all things to all people? Bluegrass Community and Technical College can. Learn more at bluegrass.kctcs.edu.
Listen up. In a world overwhelmed by noise, we live life on simpler terms. Our terms. No agendas, no drama. Our road, our rules. Let's ride.
Need a tow? Martin's Peterbilt Towing Service is here 24/7. Based in London and Pikeville, we will travel to you. Commercial trucks and trailers, no job too big. Call us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Martin's Peterbilt, keeping you rolling.
grease, and other dirt and grime are no match against the experts at Sunshine Pools, your BioGuard dealer. Weekly service, computerized water testing, or just need advice. Our reputation has made us the company of choice for all your pool needs. Visit us today for a full line of BioGuard swimming pool products. Sunshine Pools.
Hey, who turned out the lights? Hello?
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
Back at Frederick Douglass High School as game time approaches now on a beautiful evening for football. It'll be Madison Central against Frederick Douglass. Glad you've joined us here on Glycod tonight. Tonight's game plan is built by Elite Building Products in Nicholasville. The right decision for your home. And Cisco, you've been in a lot of locker rooms and had to come up with a lot of game plans. What does it look like tonight?
Well, for Madison Central, their game plan is not getting a explosive play out of Talbot, stopping Talbot on that major, which he goes the distance quite often. And then also as well is not giving up a big play on special teams, because Frederick Douglass done a great job getting good field position in special team. So that's the key to the game for Madison Central.
And then for Frederick Douglass, of course, this is a big play team. They have a lot of different things that they can do. And you mentioned we've talked about Talbot a lot, so a lot of weapons for them.
Well, I'm gonna go on the other side of the ball to keep to the key to the games for them. Game plan is actually their defense. Frederick Douglass defense has to read their keys, stay in their lanes, and not chase what they can't see. I think that's the biggest key for them, and also to getting their receivers involved into it, Frederick Douglass, because they've got two good, decent receivers to get the ball to as well besides Talbot.
And, of course, making the right reads is always important, but playing against a team like Madison Central, it's really, really important tonight.
It's very important.
You're on the defense.
I mean, you're going to hear the defensive coaches saying, read your keys, don't chase. And because Madison Central does a great job because, as you said, they scored 50 points a game, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, they've lost a couple of games by very narrow margins. Those are their only two losses on the year, and they did put up 50 on Great Crossing. So this offense, the fact that it doesn't include much passing, is very rare when they pass, but don't let that fool you into thinking they can't put points on the board.
They can, because, again, 43 points, 32 points, 34 points, 50 points. That's pretty good.
They can get it done, and they have gotten it done to the tune of 4 wins in 6 games. And Frederick Douglass comes in at 3-3. They started the season 0-3, but Cisco, they take on a challenging schedule, and so they lost some games early, but they are headed in the right direction now, it looks like.
Well, it looks like also, and that's what's helped the freshman quarterback, because they played pretty good competition, and he stepped in, has done a great job. Ross is back. He's able to play if they need him, so that's a pretty good 2 horses right there.
It really is, and of course Frederick Douglass has some high expectations for this program. They've accomplished a lot over the last several years, had some great teams, as you well know, and they've had a lot of great athletes come through here. So this is a program that is now to the point where they expect to do well, don't they?
They expect it every time, and you got to give Madison Central credit. They've been down a little bit, but it looks like they figured out what they're going to run, and coach has done a fantastic job of doing that.
It looks like we'll see the Indians on the offense first, as we've had the coin toss here at the center of the field, and we will be ready for football action very shortly now, so stay with us. We're just about ready for kickoff on Glycod.
We're here to hear what's on your mind. Take this time to talk and get it right. You know I'll be there all your life. When you need me, I'll be by your side.
Little everyday conversations about the dangers of underage drinking can make a big difference in a child's life. Talk, they hear you.
Looking for a partner that delivers big results with a small business touch? Meet Strat BPO, a joint venture combining 49 years of federal contracting experience with the agility of being woman-owned. We provide scalable business process outsourcing and contact center solutions with top-tier compliance and people-first service. We are 400-plus employees strong, ISO certified, and FSMA compliant. Now hiring in Clark County, bringing 400 new jobs and a bold commitment to community growth. Strat BPO, small business certified, large business proven.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
Back at Frederick Douglass High School, the Broncos just coming back onto the field, greeted by their fans, and we've got a nice crowd, Cisco, and it's beautiful football weather. This is really a great time of the year for high school football.
It's fantastic. That's where seedings are starting to happen. Who's going to be a number 1 seed? Who's going to be a number 2 seed? So good matchup going on right now.
Yeah, this is 6A District 8, and so these teams very likely will see each other again sometime in postseason competition. So this is an important ball game for them tonight, and maybe another one to follow in November between Madison Central and Frederick Douglass. And again, good fan support tonight. And you're a former player and a coach, and game day never gets old, does it?
It never gets old. This environment is fantastic. Friday night football all over the United States is going on, so it's exciting and to watch high school football.
And this figures to be a pretty exciting matchup tonight, as we mentioned. Both teams with expectations for this season and have come in now on a winning note, as Madison Central comes in with a 4-2 mark, and Frederick Douglass having won its last 3 after having lost its first 3. So we'll see what the Indians do with it when they get it started here in just a moment on the offensive side, and we've talked about that offense. But tell me, just in general, when we say flex bone, what are we talking about?
We're talking about a little crossing, and a lot of crossing, and a fake. And the term that when I grew up was the quarterback lies. So that quarterback's going to pretend like he's giving the ball and he's going to give it to someone else, or he's going to keep it. Their quarterback does a very good job of running the ball as well. He gets on that edge just like Coach McPeak talked about.
And read if you're on the defense.
Yeah.
Read and then react.
Stay in your key.
Back deep for Madison Central tonight, it's number 1, Jeff Hairston, and number 2 is Davion DeBruce, both 2 dangerous returners. Hairston has a kickoff return for a touchdown this season. Set to go now. Clayton Wallace approaches the ball, and
I think it's going to get out. Looks like offsides.
Yeah, they wanted to punch it up in the air, and looked like somebody beat him to the punch that time as far as getting a quicker start. So we start on a little bit of a hiccup tonight. Douglass in the orange jerseys tonight with the green numerals, black pants for the Broncos tonight, and Madison Central in white with blue numerals. Clayton Wallace again approaches the ball, and this time kicks it away. Taken at the 20, and that is Hairston, and he is pulled down. A strong tackle to open the ball game at about the 23-yard line.
Well, they did a very good job of kicking the ball in the middle of the field, and he got enough height on it to get him down there. So that's a very good job of getting down there and making a play. So here they go.
So they'll mark it at the 25-yard line. Here comes Madison Central. They send Hairston out to the left, but they normally like to travel on the ground.
Yeah. Ball's given off to the fullback.
Yeah, the first man through that time, and short gain.
But that's what Madison Central want to do. They want to just stay in front of the chains. It looked like he got 4 to 5 yards, so actually that's a plus for Madison Central.
Pick up a 5, 2nd and 5. They have a good gain on first down. That is Barnes in behind the quarterback Herbst, and he turns and he gives it to Barnes, and Barnes finds some running room up through the left side across the 40 to the 42-yard line.
That's a good push by the offensive line, and Barnes hit that hole pretty hard. He was like, you got to come down here if you want to tackle me.
Corinthian Barnes, one of those strong running threats for Madison Central. 101 carries, 611 yards on the season, and 10 touchdowns. Had 157 yards in their win over Great Crossing. So a first down for Madison Central at the 41.
Yeah, he's averaging 100 yards a game.
Again, he lines up behind Herbst, and again, he takes it. Barnes does. This time he runs into a little trouble as he gets up around the 45-yard line. A couple of Broncos there to meet him.
Well, I can see right now they're playing a little chess with the defense in the beginning of the game, because I think the quarterback probably is going to keep it on this one, because they look like at the end crashed down awful fast.
Jimmy Hooks among the Broncos in on the defensive play. Second down and 5. At the 46, Madison Central with the game's first possession. And the turn and the give to Barnes again, and this time they meet him and push him back.
That's a host of Broncos to the ball on that one.
Yeah, they gravitated to Barnes that time, and no running room. There was Corey Fields among the Broncos in on that stop, and there were several.
Definitely one of the top players on defense is Mr. Fields. Got a few schools looking at him to go off to college.
Credited with 56 tackles coming into this game. Third down. And about 3. Herbst looks to the sideline. Coach Corey Chapman handling the head coaching duties tonight for Madison Central. Here's the snap, and Herbst is going to take it himself. And he has got first down yardage. So the quarterback, a good athlete, a running threat himself, and he got the first down yardage that time.
Well, it's the first time he actually faked it and followed the running back up the middle, and I think they was a little bit surprised with that, because normally he goes left or right.
So now at the 46 in Frederick Douglass territory, Coach William Blair of Madison Central had some knee surgery. We wish him a quick and full recovery and hope he's back on the coaching sideline soon. Corey Chapman has been working with him for several years, so an easy transition, I'm sure, for the Madison Central team this week.
Well, I can relate with the knee surgery. Take your time, Coach. Take your time.
Absolutely. Here is Herbst now. He turns, gives it to Barnes. Corinthian Barnes crosses the 45 to about the 40-yard line and running hard and picking up some good yardage.
Just like on pace, they're in front of the chains. Looked like he got 5 again. So that's their offense. They're going to do that.
Well, here come the Indians again. Second down and about 5. I see Compton in the backfield to Bruce, and then right behind the quarterback is Corinthian Barnes. That's who Herbst is having a word with. Bruce moves to the left, but the give is to Barnes again. Hits into the left side of the line. He's close to a first down. He'll be a little bit short, but he is tough to bring down.
Right. That was a very good job of the belly in, 3rd and 1. Again, in front of the chains. Frederick Douglass looks like they're in a 50 front trying to stalemate the line of scrimmage, but right now the O-line is getting a better push.
Coach McPeak expressed some concern about that. He's got some inexperience on his team and was concerned about that defensive line being moved by the offensive line of Madison Central. 3rd and short. The turn and the give to Barnes. Here he goes. Hit off the right side this time, and he's got first down yardage, and Madison Central is moving down the field slow but sure.
Running that offense, being consistent. And they're taking their time. They're letting the 30-second snap count go down before they actually get to the line of scrimmage. You can tell they're not in a hurry.
Yeah, this is the first possession of the game. We're already approaching the 7-minute mark of the first quarter. So first down at about the 33-yard line for Madison Central. No score in the ball game, just underway. Glad you've joined us on Glycod. The turn and the give to Barnes again, and he is wrestled down at about the 30-yard line, but he's always in the plus column, it seems.
It seems that way, don't it? Excellent job. He's getting.
It'll be second down, and they credit him with 3, so 2nd and 7. And they're just inside the 30-yard line in Frederick Douglass territory.
Well, the biggest thing with Frederick Douglass right now is they are moving the ball. The clock is moving, and they're looking to bend, not break. And if they can get off the field or with a field goal or something like that, that's a win for Frederick Douglass defense.
Again, it's Barnes right behind Herbst. DeBruce in motion, and now Herbst keeps and moves to his left, but he's got a couple of Broncos waiting there for him. And Banther made the stop.
Banther came off the edge that time. He didn't set and wait. He actually was on some type of a blitz, so they were putting pressure on him to say we're going to try to penetrate a little bit harder by bringing people.
Keenan Banther with the stop, 6'2", 195-pound junior, credited with 29 tackles coming into this game, including a tackle for loss and a sack. And he also has an interception, so he's been one of the standouts for Douglass on defense. So 3rd down and about 5 for Madison Central. First possession of the game, a long sustained drive for the Indians.
Big down for Frederick Douglass defense right now.
The turn and the give to Barnes, and this time they had it well played.
Picked up 2. This is what we were talking about in the beginning. If they can get off the field with this drive right here, that's a win for their defense. 4th and 2 or 2.5.
Yeah. And let's see what Madison Central comes up with here. Devon Ellery in on that stop for Douglass, among others. So 4th down now.
They're going to go for it.
Yeah, big play on this first drive of the ball game. 25-yard line and line of scrimmage, 4th and 2. Carson Herbst, the quarterback.
Went on a hard count. Frederick Douglass did not jump. Timeout, Madison Central.
And Madison Central is going to take a timeout with his 4th and 2 coming up. And do we want to take a break? We'll take a break with them and be right back with more football on Glycott.
Can one college be all things to all people? Bluegrass Community and Technical College can. Learn more at bluegrass.kctcs.edu.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
4th down and 2 play, and Madison Central calls the timeout just for a bit of a reset, make sure everybody's on the same page. Is it?
Well, I think they was in the beginning. They tried to go on a hard count, but Frederick Douglass didn't jump.
Wanted to draw the penalty.
They tried to get a penalty on it, and then they just called the timeout and reset. So the odds are very good, and Mr. Barnes is going to get the ball.
He has carried the load as they move down the field. Now on 4th and 2 after the timeout. Here's the snap. Herbst takes it and turns, and it looks like he was stopped.
Yeah, he tried to fake it to him and then try to keep it, and the defense came up. That's very good job right there. Frederick Douglass defense stepping up on that 4th and 2.
Well, you talked about bend but don't break. They gave up a long drive down the field, but now they've got the football.
Yeah. And now this is what the offense. Now Madison Central's defense got to step up, and Mr. Talbert will probably get a load himself.
Dakari Talbert is number 6, and he is one of the better running backs in this part of the state and maybe even the entire state as he continues to improve in his junior year, and his coach likes him a lot for chances to be a candidate for Mr. Football. Here's the snap to the freshman quarterback. Talbert has it. They force him back inside. He makes a nice cut, though, and gets up to across the 30-yard line.
Well, that's what we call a running back. The hole wasn't there. He visioned, and then all of a sudden he takes off on a dime. So that's a very good job right there.
Dakari Talbert, 18 carries, 197 yards, and 2 touchdowns against Mail, and that was in a 14-0 ball game.
Right, he broke off a 70-some yarder in the beginning and just started running downhill after that.
Jaden Guzman is the freshman quarterback for Douglass. Awaits the snap, turns and gives it to Talbert. Looking for some running room, back and forth there, but now crosses the 30 to about the 33. Not a whole lot there, but he hit it to the right side of the line.
Just keep giving it to him, and eventually.
He did get close to a first down. So 3rd and 1 from about the 39-yard line.
Well, we keep talking about Madison Central offense. Their defense really don't give up a lot of points, so they're doing a very good job on both sides of the ball.
Now the snap, Guzman looks, fires out quickly to the right side, got his man, and it'll be good for a first down. And the catch made near the 40-yard line.
But that's what we was looking at earlier, is trying to get the receivers involved into it. That was a game plan that I figured would be a pretty good thing for Frederick Douglass to do, to try to get the ball on the edges.
I believe it was Morton on the catch. And,
it was.
Yeah, and he's got the first down yardage, and now they are operating from about the 40-yard line. So Frederick Douglass converts on its first opportunity. And the snap and the give to Talbert. Here he goes. He's at the 50, 45-yard line in Madison Central territory before being brought down by Colton Johnson. But he got into the secondary that time and nearly broke it.
Colton did a great job of open field tackling, because if he didn't make it, he was gone. And Talbot gave a step, and he's got that elusiveness.
Yeah, that's got to be a very tough open field tackle to make when
yes.
Talbot has the ball. All right, they are at the 45-yard line in Madison Central territory. First down, Frederick Douglass. Still scoreless. The snap to Guzman, gives it to Talbert again. He cuts back to the left and looks for some room around the left side and finds some. Gets down to the 30 and finally angled out of bounds inside the 30-yard line.
Well, Madison Central needs to stay in their lanes, because the play was scheduled to go upfield. He came outside and showed that speed and that versatile that he has. He's amazing.
He's such a good athlete, and he's showing good reads himself, isn't he?
Very
as far
good
as
vision.
seeing where the play is and where he can make something happen.
And he stays in, because they do have Turner and Ross, who also is in the backfield for Frederick Douglass as well.
First down play coming. And the snap and the handoff. And that was Turner, I believe.
It was Turner, yes.
Yeah, Turner into the ball game.
When those lights hit those numbers, they're a little difficult. It makes you scrunch a little bit.
They flash a little bit, yeah.
Yes.
Jeremiah Turner, 5'8", 185-pound junior in there at the running back spot and carried the ball that time.
So all their running backs are juniors, Ross, Turner, and Talbert.
Second down play coming, and now the quick pass out to the left. That one is caught. Receiver driven out of bounds.
And that's the difference between both offenses, is they can throw the football. And they put the freshman quarterback in a good position to throw a little quick out to try to spread out the defense.
Right. And he can stay within himself, I guess you might say, as far as his talents now. And he's done a great job as a freshman. The catch was made by T.J. Stewart that time. So a third down play coming, 3rd and 5. They'll line it up at about the 23-yard line. The snap to Guzman. There's Talbert back in the ball game. Finds some running room around the right side. Spins away from a would-be tackler and gets it inside the 15-yard line. That'll be another first down for Douglass.
Very good move by Talbert. I can do that on the PlayStation, but I don't think I could ever do that. And very good job. And the line is doing a very good job of getting on the linebackers, so he has room to run to get started. So very good job.
Give a runner like Talbot a little bit of room, and then he can do a lot with that little bit of room, can't he? First down, Douglass. Ball at about the 12. And they give to Talbot again. Good hole for him. He gets down close to the 5-yard line. He was stopped in there that time by Gavin Kinley, among others, for Madison Central.
Talbot has been the workhorse for him, and so Madison Central's looking for a stop as well. But right now, Talbot is moving them down the field as we go. The first quarter went by fast.
Late in the first quarter. Ball at about the 6. Frederick Douglass threatening to score after Madison Central had a long drive and then came up empty, and now a flag flies.
Illegal
and it'll
procedure.
Be illegal procedure against Frederick Douglass.
But that's one of the big things that Frederick Douglass did in the beginning of the season. They had a lot of penalties, and they've cut it down the last couple games, and they usually happen in the red zone.
Chance to give your officiating crew, referee Jimmy Powell and umpire Troy Young, head linesman Michael Ashurst, line judge Rob Ginter, and side judge Andy Cecil, field judge Jimmy Mills, and back judge is Kyle Gilbert. And now the teams are coming off the field, so that'll be the end of the first quarter of action here, and the score at the end of one, Frederick Douglass nothing and Madison Central nothing. Back for the start of the second quarter in just a moment on Glycod.
A partner that delivers big results with a small business touch? Meet Strat BPO, a joint venture combining 49 years of federal contracting experience with the agility of being woman-owned. We provide scalable business process outsourcing and contact center solutions with top-tier compliance and people-first service. We are 400-plus employees strong, ISO certified, and FSMA compliant. Now hiring in Clark County, bringing 400 new jobs and a bold commitment to community growth. Strat BPO, small business certified, large business proven.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
Welcome back to Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod. Frederick Douglass and Madison Central. We've completed one quarter of play. No score in the ball game. Keith Elkins along with Cisco Bryant. Glad you joined us on Glycod. Cisco, any general thoughts on that first quarter?
Well, it's in plan. Both teams are doing what they want to do. The only difference is the defense stepped up with Frederick Douglass. Madison Central is getting pushed down the field. Talbot is stopping and going, and they're throwing it when they need to.
Dakari Talbot, pretty good first quarter, 59 yards rushing. So he's on his way to a big night, not unexpected at all. But neither team has been able to cross the goal line. Now we're getting the clock set for the start of the second quarter. And from about the 11-yard line, here's the play, and it is a toss by Guzman to Clay, and Clay makes the catch and knifes in there to about the 4.
Well, the Frederick Douglass coach on the sideline was not happy, but that's a very good play call right now, because Madison Central had that basically 8 in the box, thinking that Talbot was going to get it, threw it out the little bubble outside, and he almost broke it in. Now it's 3rd and 3.
3rd down and 3, opening minute of the second quarter. Operating from about the 5. Guzman takes it, gives it to Talbot this time, heads for the end zone, and he's going to get there standing up.
Very good job. Good read by Talbot to play the schedule to go inside, and that vision, you can't teach that. That's a true running back.
So that comes with 11:18 to go in the second quarter. And Douglass breaks on top. Talbot gets into the end zone. Goes over 60 yards rushing for the night. Now here is Wallace to try the extra point. That is, I believe, Guzman to hold. And it is on its way, and it is good. And it's a 7-0 lead for Frederick Douglass with 11:18 to go in the second quarter. We'll take a quick break. Be back with the kickoff in just a moment on Glycod.
Listen up. In a world overwhelmed by noise, we live life on simpler terms. Our terms. No agendas, no drama. Our road, our rules. Let's ride.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
Back early in the second quarter now, Frederick Douglass High School, 7-0 the score. And Cisco, it was Dakari Talbert was such a key to that drive, and he was the one that took it across the goal line. No surprise there.
No surprise there. But both offense did what they wanted to do. The only difference is that Frederick Douglass got 7 out of it. Because Madison Central did move the football, but Frederick Douglass defense tightened up. So right now, both offenses on schedule to do what they're supposed to do.
Getting ready for the kickoff from Frederick Douglass. It'll be Wallace to kick it off. And the kickoff scooped up at about the 15-yard line, and then a good hit and drops him down short of the 30.
Very good job of Frederick Douglass of getting down the field. I don't know if it's a flag down because I see the officials all gathering up.
Yeah, that was Hairston on the carry.
No.
That fielded the kickoff.
And the biggest thing you do when you get a score, you kick off, don't give it back to them. And Frederick Douglass has twice done a great job on the kickoff of making tackles.
Yeah, you're a baseball coach too. The shutdown inning, they call it. After your team rallies, you got to go back out there and shut the other team down, and that would shift the momentum for sure here in this one. 11-12 to go, second quarter, as Madison Central goes on the offense again. Saw a lot of Corinthian Barnes on that first drive.
Second back through.
So a short gain there. That is Barnes again on the carry.
Well, the one thing that Frederick Douglass wanted to do is honor that second back through, because he gave it to Barnes. Excellent job, but nobody put a helmet or a hand on the second back that came through. And so I'm pretty sure Madison Central's coaches saw that upstairs.
Second down and about 8, or long 8 for Madison Central, as the ball is marked at the 30-yard line. Spotted at the 30 as Herbst comes up under center and turns and hands it off. Again, the first man through. Again, it's Barnes. He is their workhorse, and he can break one too. Gets up to about the 35-yard line.
The biggest thing right now for Frederick Douglass is don't go to sleep. That play action works.
Has a way of doing that, doesn't it? These short gains and handing off to the first man through, and then got to watch for suddenly changing things up, which they can do at any time. Herbst turns and fakes and keeps it himself, and now he's going to throw downfield, and he's got his receiver, and he's knocked away from Lawson, and now Frederick Douglass has it going the other way. The Broncos have picked up on the turnover, and they'll have the ball at about the 28-yard line in Madison Central territory.
Well, they did exactly what we thought about. We got a flag, high flag. That means unsportsmanlike on somebody, because I saw the line judge just threw it down here. He threw it up real high, and that means he's also telling the coach to get off the field.
So they forced the fumble after the catch was made. A rare pass by Madison Central, and they completed it to Lawson. And then the ball jarred loose, and all of a sudden we're going the other way. And now there was a penalty, though.
Yes, sir.
So that was affecting the play, yeah.
Well, it looks like somebody must have bumped into the official by celebrating, because Coach McPeak is backing him up. So that's going to be a sportsmanlike unkind, but it's still Frederick Douglass' ball. They'll mark off the penalty. So I'm not sure where they're going. I think he's going the wrong way, ain't he?
Yeah, that was.
Hold on.
Let's see. Here.
Okay, sideline warning. He gave him a warning. So no yours marked off. This is a sideline warning.
Okay. All right. Well, there we are at the 19-yard line. A first down coming up for Frederick Douglass after the turnover.
Madison Central did what we thought they was going to do a little play action, hit the receiver wide open. Defensive back did a very good job of stripping it, and then Frederick Douglass recovered it and took it up the field.
We'll get an identification on that on the Frederick Douglass return as soon as we can. Here we go now for a first down play, and it's given to Talbert. He starts to the left side, but they've got it pretty well covered this time. Madison Central does.
Well, it was the first time that Mount Central actually got through that wall of the offensive line of Frederick Douglass. Talbot had nowhere to run in the beginning.
Derek McElwee with the stop, and now we see it's a 2-yard loss for Douglass. It'll be 2nd and 12 now as we approach the 9-minute mark in the second quarter. They haven't been able to corral Talbot very well very often, but did that time. Guzman takes it, gives it right to Talbot again through the middle this time. Met there by Liam Daly and Derek McElwee and a couple of other Madison Central Indians to put the stop on him.
So a big down for Madison Central right here. See if they can get off the field or just leave it for a field goal. So right now it's a big play for them. Looks like, and then they've done a very good job, Frederick Douglass, if you will, of hitting little short passes. So they got twins down to the right, and then a single back up top.
The third down play. Here it is for Guzman. He's going to fire across the middle. Got a man out there, and it is knocked away at the last minute.
Great throw by that freshman. Great throw.
Put it right out there. And looked like he might have a chance, but good defensive play right at the end, too. Deflecting that one away.
Well, it looks like that Frederick Douglass is going to go for it.
He's going for Stewart. So 4th down, about 11. Ball at the 20. Here is Guzman being chased now and slips and falls. And then Bronson Parker puts the finishing touches on that play, and that'll turn it back over to Madison Central, and they come up with a big stop.
Yeah, Parkins did a very good job. He blitzed, got through, put pressure on him, didn't have time to look down. Woodman didn't have time to look down the field and end up slipping, trying to avoid the tackle. So Madison Central, very good job on defense after the turnover.
So the score remains 7-0.
We got another flag. Whenever they throw a flag high, that's unsportsmanlike conduct. And they already got, Frederick Douglass already got one sideline warning. So if that's the second one, that will be a flag. I mean, a mark-off. No, hold up. Didn't he just put it back in?
Stuck the flag back in the pocket and
okay.
We'll wait for any kind of sign or respotting of the ball. It's at the 31-yard line right now. The Broncos are backing up.
So I missed the call.
I didn't see a sign. Well, maybe we'll give one after we get to where we're going here, but I don't see one.
Well, he would go behind his back, so I guess he did it, and I didn't see it. But anyway, they've got the extra 15 yards. It's probably a sideline warning because all the Frederick Douglass players backed up.
Hand off to Barnes as they start on the first down play. He gets up close to the 50-yard line, which would be a gain of about 2 or 3.
Frederick Douglass is closing that gap because when he first gets started, it looks like he's about to go. And they're doing a very good job. The linebackers, Fields, and the rest of the crew is doing a good job of filling those gaps.
Madison Central led by quarterback Carson Herbst. And as we've said, they'll keep it on the ground most of the time. Herbst played a lot of defense in recent games. Here's the handoff to Compton, and he is swarmed on. Penalty flag flies in. He's hit for a loss back near the 43.
Face mask against Frederick Douglass. That should lead to a first down. It's not automatically in high school.
Watch them step that one off. That is going to be first down yardage.
Yep, 15 yards. Because everybody thinks that every penalty is automatic first down. Is not true. It's only roughing the passer or a kicker.
They have the first down as a result of the yardage this time. And now at the 37-yard line, Madison Central, with the aid of the penalty, will go under 7 minutes before they run this play. Second quarter action.
Well, this series right here, they've got 30 yards on penalties, so Frederick Douglass needs to not help them out anything. They're a pretty good team without it.
Herbst takes it, turns, and pitches behind him this time. DeBruce took the pitch, avoids one tackle and another, but finally nailed down as he got near the sideline at the 35.
And a flex down. Probably a holding call.
Series of penalties here in the second quarter.
Coach McPeak said take them back.
Now Madison Central will face a long situation. They'll step off the holding penalty against the Indians. Madison Central 4-2 on the season. They lost their 2 games by a total of 3 points. Won their last 2 games since a 9-7 loss to North Laurel, and in their last one put 50 on the board in beating Great Crossing 50-22. The give to Barnes, looks for some running room and finds some as he crossed the 40 up to, or down to about the 37-yard line.
Well, they did a very good job when they played Scott County. They ended up winning that game 34-14, and that's a mimic of what they run on offense and defense. So
now it'll be 2nd and 10 for the Indians. Out of the huddle they come, very deliberate on their approach. They get Lawson out there to the right. He did catch a pass earlier in the ball game and was knocked away from him. The give is to the second man and around the right side. Good game for Compton.
Very good job. Good read by the quarterback. Excellent read on that one. He picked up the end that pushed up the field. And so, again, big play on both sides of the ball, offensively and defensively. Here they go.
Third down play, 3rd and about 4. And they give straight ahead this time, and that's going to be close to a first down.
And he's stopping the clock, so obviously that's going to be a first down. And he got it.
First down for Madison Central. That was Barnes again.
Barnes getting a workout.
He is. He and Talbot really carrying the load there as far as the rushing offense is concerned.
Right. But we knew that coming in the game. Both of them are excellent running backs.
And now the turn and the give to Barnes again. Gets a couple of yards into the left side. It's Hooks again in on the stop.
I have to be a very understanding wide receiver in this offense right here.
Yeah.
You know, being a wide receiver at UK, you know, I'll be like, Coach, come on, can you throw me one pass, please?
Let's just put it in the air now and then, right?
Just once.
Yeah.
So,
second down play coming. 7 to go. They're at about the 23-yard line. And the give to Barnes again through the middle, and he's got some running room and gets up close to first down yardage.
And it looks like he got it again. Now, this is, again, where they were in the first quarter in the same situation, and Frederick Douglass stopped them. So right now, momentum is Madison Central with a 7-0 lead by Frederick Douglass, and they're bouncing back. Biggest key was the turnover and then Madison Central getting off the field on defense.
First down from the 15 for Madison Central. Compton goes in motion, and Herbst keeps it this time around the right side, gets down to about the 12-yard line before he is stopped as Sion Khan made the stop for Douglas.
Sion did a very good job of peeling back and making the tackle, but he read that and kept it, and that's what they normally do with him. But that second back through when he did it and then kept the football as a quarterback was something different. So right now you better stay in your area and read your keys.
2nd down and 6 from the 11. Madison Central trying to even things up. The turn and the give to Barnes. He hits down across the 5, or near the 5.
Madison Central has a chance to get a first down without scoring, and that's pretty big.
3rd down now, and they're spotting that one at the
2.5.
Yeah.
So it looks like he can get to the 1 and get a first down. So it's definitely going to be two down territory for him.
Carson Herbst up under center. He turns and gives it to Barnes. He hits hard into the left side of the line.
And first and goal.
Yeah, be a first down. Not a lot there for him, but he didn't need a lot.
No. This is where Coach McPeak was talking about of not having those big defensive linemen on the front to bring in. Because right now it looks like that they're just pushing those guys back.
Thurman Wade with the defensive stop for Douglas. So now first down and goal from the 3.
They have definitely kept the ball away from Frederick Douglass offense.
Snap, the turn, the give to Barnes, driving for the goal line. He's in.
He's in.
Corinthian Barnes scores for Madison Central with 1:34 to go in the second quarter. Makes it 7-6, and now Peyton Gilbo, an experienced place kicker, is on to apparently try to tie things up. Gilbo ready, and the ball is on its way, and he nailed the extra point, and that ties the game at 7-7 with 1:34 to go in the second quarter. We'll take a short break and be right back with more football on Glycon.
Listen up. In a world overwhelmed by noise, we live life on simpler terms. Our terms. No agendas, no drama. Our road, our rules. Let's ride.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
1:34 to go before halftime. 7-7 is the score. And it is all even here at Frederick Douglass High School, and these two teams are doing what they do best, aren't they?
They really are. And both defenses playing okay, but you can't give either one, Barnes or Talbot, an inch. And the biggest key is it's going fast.
Talbot is back deep. We'll see if they kick deep. With 1:34 to go.
I think Talbot's proved he can run. I wouldn't kick it to him.
Yeah. Here's the kick, and they do kick it to the other side. It's going to be taken at the 35 to the 40-yard line and then out of bounds over there.
Now, this is the plus for Frederick Douglass because they do throw the ball. They have good, pretty decent receivers, and so right now, you know, I'm looking for a screenplay to Talbot to get him in open field or a deep pass. That young freshman's got a very strong arm.
I think that was Lattimore that took it, one of the up men for Frederick Douglass, and that'll set the Broncos up at the 36-yard line. They've got
ball placed at the 31-yard, 36-yard line. First and 10, Douglas.
Douglas with it now. The freshman quarterback Jaden Guzman with Talbert right there with him, and Talbert's got it. Moves to the left and brought down after a short gain. There have been a lot of short gains for him tonight. Liam Daly on the stop. Get a timeout for Douglas. It comes with a minute 22 to go in the second quarter. Timeout Douglas, and we'll keep it right here for now. And they do have an opportunity here, minute 22 to go, as you say, and some different things they can do, but they're facing that time limitation.
Right. I mean, but the thing is about that is because Talbot is so explosive, he can give you a quick 70-yard run. So you can't put everybody deep. You can't go at prevent defense, because if you look to do that, Talbot will get it on a draw play and he's gone.
Yeah, we've been saying how Talbot has had a lot of short gains. He was over 60 yards early in the second quarter, and even when they get him for a short gain, it's 2, 3, 4 yards. It's, as we said, always in the plus column.
Always in the plus column. So Madison Central looks like they're coming out in 4 across. That means each cornerback safety's got a quarter.
Second down from the 40. They faked to Talbot.
And they got a reverse.
Here comes on the reverse. And then a hard hit at about the 42-yard line. But they went for the deception there with the reverse. Caden John took it.
Caden John came downhill on that one. Clock is moving. It looks like they're going to be satisfied.
The ball's at the 42-yard line. Douglas still in its own territory with the clock running and under a minute to go, and now at 48 seconds. Game tied at 7. We expected a good one tonight, and it has been a very competitive football game so far.
Yes, it has. A few little moments of penalties, but besides that, it's been excellent.
Here's the snap. He wants to throw. Got his receiver out to the left, and the completion made up to about the 50-yard line. Brady Ross, who has played some quarterback, took that one.
Pass is complete to Terry Mason, and that brings up Douglas. First down, Douglas.
Very good open field tackle. It looks like we got a timeout.
Correction, Terry Kaysen, it was number 2, not 7. So Terry Kaysen, who was one of their leading receivers, made the catch. 6'2", 193-pound senior.
That's that double punch that Frederick Douglass have. I'm a little bit surprised of the reverse. Not that it was a wrong. I thought the reverse was an excellent call. Madison Central did a very good job of staying at home, and the safety came downhill because I said they was in 4 across zone. They actually was in 4 across man. So that was his guy that came on the reverse, and he came down to make the tackle. Nice open field tackle for Madison Central by the corner, and a little quick out.
So now 26.2 to go. Ball at the 49-yard line in Douglas territory. First down play coming for the Broncos. Guzman in some trouble, and down he goes. Lathan Coer made the play for Madison Central.
And it looks like both teams are going to be satisfied and go into locker room 7-7.
So the final seconds tick off. It's a 7-7 ball game, and we will be all even at halftime tonight on Central Kentucky High School football. Frederick Douglass and Madison Central, and we will begin with halftime programming on our Central Kentucky High School football broadcast in just a moment. 7-7 tie here at Frederick Douglass.
We all make choices about alcohol. Kids make choices whether to drink or not.
Bye, Dad.
Bye-bye.
Remember, I'm going to Alex's party tonight and sleeping over.
Have fun. Hey, remind me about that party again?
And adults make choices whether to talk about it. That's true of parents and every other trusted adult in a kid's life. Kids want to know our expectations, and they want honest answers in everyday conversations. So talk with your kids and help lead them on a positive path. Because when you talk, they hear you.
New recruit? Take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational, solid career path.
Rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something in school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job.
Looking for a partner that delivers big results with a small business touch? Meet Strat BPO, a joint venture combining 49 years of federal contracting experience with the agility of being woman-owned. We provide scalable business process outsourcing and contact center solutions with top-tier compliance and people-first service. We are 400-plus employees strong, ISO certified, and FSMA compliant. Now hiring in Clark County, bringing 400 new jobs and a bold commitment to community growth. Strat BPO, small business certified, large business proven.
With fast signs, see the visual possibility in your business. See it in lights and flags, on a van, in metal, on the floor, in color. With signs and graphics, you can say anything, do anything, be anything. So make your statement. With your masterful team of visual marketing experts, anything is possible. Fast signs, make your statement.
Listen up. In a world overwhelmed by noise, we live life on simpler terms. Our terms. No agendas, no drama. Our road, our rules. Let's ride.
Tonight's halftime report is brought to you by Man of War Harley-Davidson, your 100% Kentucky-owned and operated Harley-Davidson motorcycle dealership at 2073 Bryant Road in Lexington.
Back at Frederick Douglass High School, the scene of our Central Kentucky High School football broadcast tonight, as Frederick Douglass and Madison Central have battled to a 7-7 tie here at the break. I want to remind you that tonight's broadcast would not be possible without the support of our corporate partners, so please let them know how much you appreciate their commitment to providing free-to-watch high school athletics programming on Glycod. Cisco, we've got the numbers here from the first half, and the tie score, of course, is at the top, but anything else that jumps out at you?
Nothing else jumps out. Both teams are doing what they want to do offensively. They're moving the football a few little plays here and there, but it's actually been a very good game. Very good game.
We mentioned Dakari Talbert from the top of the broadcast, and again, Coach McPeak is very high on him, as anybody would be, and he's expected to be a candidate for Mr. Football at some point before he finishes his high school career. Got off to a great start tonight. They did contain him a little bit in that second quarter. He has 10 carries for 69 yards and a net gain of 67 yards. He scored the only Frederick Douglass touchdown and a long run of 17 yards. He scored the touchdown on a 5-yard run, but he has been very, very impressive, not just because he's strong and fast, but I like the way he can see the field and see where he needs to go to use his athleticism.
Right. Well, he's got, I said it before, there's a difference between a runner and a running back. He's a running back. He's got very good vision. And every time he gets it, it looks like he's about to go the distance. But Madison Central has contained him a little bit. Not, they ain't stopped him. They just slowed him down a little bit.
That's a danger for him. And we've mentioned Corinthian Barnes a lot, and he has 78 yards now, 17 carries for him in the first half. That's a pretty good workload, as we mentioned. And he scored the touchdown for Madison Central. But he is their weapon in that regard, and really helps them control the football and move up and down the field.
Well, the difference is that he's doing it hard. He's just going straight and running hard, and very good little inside vision because people are coming around him. So he's done a great job. So it's been the Barnes and the Talbot show.
Mm-hmm. And as we've said, both teams doing the things that they like to do. Is there any need for coaches to make a big adjustment here at halftime, or do you just keep doing what you're doing?
Well, I think you just keep doing what you're doing, and you hope that you cut down on a few little mistakes that cause you to get behind the chains. But that both offenses been above the chain. And Madison Central has controlled the clock tremendously.
Mm-hmm. Some other numbers from this first half. First downs, Madison Central has 8. Frederick Douglass has 6. Passing yards, 20 for Madison Central, 24 for Douglass. This is the kind of thing, if you hear numbers like that, you think, well, that must be a pretty close ball game, and that's exactly what we've got.
It is.
Well, we look for more of that competitive type of football action in the second half, and it's been a good one here so far. 7-7 is the score. Frederick Douglass and Madison Central. We'll be back with more from Frederick Douglass High School in just a moment on Glycod.
Listen up. In a world overwhelmed by noise, we live life on simpler terms. Our terms. No agendas, no drama. Our road, our rules. Let's ride.
Leaves and other dirt and grime are no match against the experts at Suntime Pools, your BioGuard dealer. Weekly service, computerized water testing, or just need advice. Our reputation has made us the company of choice for all your pool needs. Visit us today for a full line of BioGuard swimming pool products. Suntime Pools.
Hey, who turned out the lights? Hello?
Can one college be all things to all people? Bluegrass Community and Technical College can. Learn more at bluegrass.kctcs.edu.
We're here to hear what's on your mind. Take this time to talk and get it right. You know I'll be there all your life. When you need me, I'll be by your side.
Little everyday conversations about the dangers of underage drinking can make a big difference in a child's life. Talk, they hear you.
Proudly based in Jessamine County, R.J. Corman Railroad Group has been serving North America's railroad industry since 1973. Find out more by visiting rjcorman.com. For high-quality railroad service, it's R.J. Corman.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by Cartown Kia in Nicholasville, movement that inspires, and by Carpenter's Local 1650. Build your winning career today.
We're at halftime. It's 7-7 here. Frederick Douglass and Madison Central. Here are some other scores from around Central Kentucky. Lafayette leads Henry Clay 21-0. 6:38 to go in the third. Woodford County is trailing Collins 10-7, and 8:50 to go in the second quarter there. And Tates Creek at Dunbar tonight. Tates Creek leads that one 10-6. They are in the third quarter. And Bryan Station trailing GRC 7-3. They are at 10:04 in the second quarter. And Great Crossing trailing Simon Kenton 15-6. 6:13 to go in the second quarter there. Scott County is at South Older tonight. Scott County leads that one 14-7. 7:10 to go in the second. And Mercer County trailing Lexington Catholic 21-0. 1:06 to go in the first quarter. Also tonight, Lexington Lexington Christian 32, Shawnee nothing, with 11:54 to go in the second quarter. Now an update, Collins is now leading Woodford County 17-7, 7:07 to go in the second, and the scoreboard presented by Don Franklin Auto, driven by family. And Cisco, as we get into district play, it's always interesting to take a look at those scores and see what's happening elsewhere, because this is the time of the year, this is prime time for the regular season, isn't it?
Well, this gets real. It gets real. Seedings get very real. So I'm really surprised with the Tate's Creek score. I would figure to be a little bit higher than that.
Tate's Creek leading Dunbar 10-6 in the third.
Yeah, I just figured that would be a pretty good scoring game for both teams.
We'll see what happens on that one. Be sure and watch the ticker at the bottom of your screen, that presented by Don Franklin Auto, and we appreciate them, and glad to bring you those scores from around Kentucky on this night when district play is opening up. And we are at halftime, 7-7 the score here, as Frederick Douglass and Madison Central have battled to a first half tie. We'll be right back with more in just a moment on Glycod.
Can one college be all things to all people? Bluegrass Community and Technical College can. Learn more at bluegrass.kctcs.edu.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job.
We're big fans here in Kentucky of great savings at Cartown Kia.
Score 1.9% financing on select new Kia models like 2026 Kia Sportage. Or win with 0% on 2025 Kia Sorento and Sportage.
Our team is here for your team at Cartown Kia.
Stuck on the road? Call Martin's Peterbilt Mobile Service. Our 24/7 commercial roadside service, truck and trailer repair, and warranty service will have you back on the road in no time. Call us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Martin's Peterbilt, keeping you rolling.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
Back at Frederick Douglass High School, I'm Keith Elkins, Cisco Bryant alongside, and Scott Moore is our producer tonight. Devin Jackson, our video camera operator. 7-7 the score. Madison Central and Frederick Douglass all even at halftime. This look at the first half scoring summary presented by Carpenter's Local 1650. Build your winning career today. Visit carpenters.com for more information. And both of the scores came in the second quarter. 11:18 to go in the second. Frederick Douglass broke out on top. A 5-yard run by Dakari Talbert, and Clayton Wallace added the extra point. And it was an 11-play, 76-yard drive, and covered 5 minutes and 6 seconds. Put Frederick Douglass on the board, leading 7-0. And then late in the first half, Madison Central came back with a touchdown. 1:34 to go. Corinthian Barnes, a 2-yard run. Peyton Gilbo with the extra point kick, and it was a 12-play, 69-yard drive, consuming 6 minutes and 22 seconds to make it 7-7, and that's where we stand now as we get ready for third quarter action. I guess those drive times are kind of indicative as to what we've seen in the first half, both of them chewing up a lot of time and getting the ball down the field, and in those cases getting into the end zone. Well, and that's what's going to take place in the second half as well. There's no question about it, in controlling the clock, controlling the situation. Frederick Douglass, to me, has done a very good job, I thought, on offensively. They just ain't had a chance to touch the football for a while. Getting the teams back out on the field now. Madison Central in the white uniforms with the blue numerals, and Frederick Douglass coming back on the field to our right. The Broncos in the orange jerseys tonight with the green numerals and the black pants. They've got a couple of different schemes that they like to wear here at Douglass, but accenting the orange tonight.
Well, the thing is right now with Madison Central is that both games that they play very close and not high scoring, they've actually lost. So right now that's in their mindset, but they're doing a great job of controlling the clock and at their pace. So they're at Madison Central's pace. There's no question about it.
We talked about how the teams may not need any major adjustment in this halftime intermission, but what do you think the coaches covered while they were talking to the teams?
Well, I think the biggest thing with Frederick Douglass had to be a couple of little penalties that got to help Madison Central. Because remember, they got 30 yards on penalties going to their score. So that was huge.
Yeah.
So it's a cut down that, and if they're going to score, make them earn it. So, and then the other way around is Madison Central is they've got to contain Talbot, because every time he touches the ball, it looks like he's about to break it, and it doesn't take very much for him to do that. So I think the little adjustments is small details. Don't reinvent the wheel, if you will.
Yeah, we've talked a lot about Talbot in this first half, but it's hard to overemphasize just how important he can be to this game, because he is a guy who is capable of breaking it. We see the way he runs. He gets to the opening, and if he can get outside and get on the move, he has plenty of speed to take care of the rest of it.
Yeah, and then you look at the running back for Madison Central. He's done a great job, but Barnes is a little different. It ain't as flashy.
Right.
And, but it is, when he gets done, he's got 5. He got 6. So.
Yeah, Corinthian Barnes has contributed a lot to the Madison Central offense and will continue to do so. 6-footer, 180 pounds, and a junior. And Barnes coming into the ballgame, 101 carries and 611 yards on the season, 10 touchdowns. And then we mentioned the big game he had against Great Crossing. 17 carries and 157 yards, 4 touchdowns in that game for Corinthian Barnes. So he is certainly capable of big things too. Just a little bit difference in style and maybe a slight difference in quickness of step, something like that, but not much difference between these two.
He gets it done. He really does. And you're looking at a running back as a junior, and both running backs are juniors, and how mature they run and how mature they see the field, because usually they don't get that to their seniors. Mm-hmm. So both backs did a great job, and you got to give O-line, because it ain't like he's running over 11 people.
Right.
So the O-line on both sides is doing a very good job. So it's going to be quite interesting of the lack of penalties coming up in the second half, as well as no turnovers.
We mentioned that Coach McPeak was a little concerned about how the line play might develop, because he has some inexperience on the defensive line. And, of course, Madison Central, that offensive line, it's important to any team, but especially the way they move the ball up and down the field. How do you think that played out in the first half, and what would you look for in the second half there?
Well, I think it played out. Good question. I think it played out the way he wanted it to. The linebackers are making tackles. Fields and his crew at linebackers, and the halfbacks are in the corners, they're making tackles. So that's pretty good. So I think in the second half that they just got to keep doing that, because there's no way you can match up with the size of Madison Central and Frederick Douglass D-line and O-line.
I mentioned a couple of these offensive line performers for both teams, and among the regulars for Madison Central, Will Snell. On the offensive line, Donnie Gentry, Lathan Coer, Landon Muncie, the center, and Camden Burke. All those guys very, very important to that flexbone offense that Madison Central runs. And over on the Douglas side, you got Razion Gillespie. He's probably their best offensive line, maybe most experienced at this point. But Fields is a sophomore, Rogers a sophomore, Carter a junior, Jackson Ross a junior. So they've got a lot of guys. Well, you're not mentioning a senior class there.
Well, you realize you're going to get some Christmas presents for the parents of the offensive line, because that doesn't happen very often, that somebody gives them love to the old line. Well, so you're going to get some presents coming at your house.
Thank you very much. I hope they remember me. But, yeah, that's something that we often overlook and probably should do more of, because nothing happens without those guys.
Without that. That's the truth. That's the truth.
All right, just about set to go in the second half of action tonight. Start of the third quarter. Glad you've joined us on Glycod. A good ball game tonight. 7-7 is the score. And Peyton Gilbo will kick it off for Madison Central to start things here in the second half. And that kick is going to sail into the end zone, so no return allowed at that point. And Frederick Douglass will start from the 20.
Well, it looks like the kicker just set us up because I didn't think he kicked the ball that far. And he kicked it pretty good in the end zone because in high school you cannot return it out of the end zone. So that was a very good job. That's how you play defense.
Nice easy motion on it and delivered a long kick.
He's sort of like a pitcher warming up, and he's only throwing 30, but he throws 90. He just sets you up. Yes.
Yeah, the guy with the easy motion is the one that can surprise you sometimes.
Definitely.
Here come the Broncos, first possession of the second half. There's Jaden Guzman, the freshman quarterback. Dakari Talbert right next to him in that backfield. And they'll start it off with a quick toss out to the right side. Short gain, tackle made by Hairston. And the throw to Kaysen.
Hairston, very good job of maintaining the outside and with a little help from his linebacker position as well. So started off a little different.
Second down and just picked up about 1 on that play. This time they got Clay out to the right. And the snap this time they do hand it off to Talbert, running hard, gets out to about the 24-yard line.
Excellent tackle because Talbert looked like he was off to the races.
Carter Heyer helping to make that stop.
Big down for both of them, offensively and defensively, Madison Central and Frederick Douglass.
Third down and 6. Guzman hesitates, then throws and got his man at the 30.
I think it's just enough for a first down.
Completion by the freshman quarterback.
He looked through his progressions. That was very good. Nice little throw. That ball came out pretty fast for him. So that's what you want, to try to keep the chains moving on third down and so another first down.
Bell Pointer with the catch. First down for Douglass at the 31-yard line. Now the give to Talbert, fakes and makes a man miss and then runs into some defenders there as he crosses the 30-yard line. Among the ones to hit him there were Quincy Compton. And
Compton's had a very good game today. He's scraping from side to side. Very good job from sideline to sideline. Madison Central does a very good job of open field tackling.
They have made several good open field tackles tonight. So at the 31, second down, a very short gain that time. Guzman wanting to throw, fires, got his man. That is Stewart at the 40-yard line, short of a first down, but a nice completion and a good gain for Frederick Douglass.
Right, and Guzman, a very good job of a very good throw in the circle. He's running a little curl route right in front of the cornerback, who's actually playing very soft and deep. So good play calling by the offensive coordinator.
Coming up on the 9-minute mark of the third quarter, tie ball game, 7-7.
They're in that same look. And
it's a movement up front.
Offsides of Madison Central.
Offsides. Against Central.
So 5 more added to it, and now it's at the 45-yard line.
Well, the biggest thing we say as a coach, they don't need any help. So watch the ball, please.
They want to give them any extra opportunities or extra benefits. In this case, they gave them 5, and now it's first down. From the 45, and this time he straightens up and throws. He's got his man out there. Kerry Kaysen again out to the left side.
We got a flag down again, and I think it might have hit him out of bounds because Madison Central was walking back. Yes, so he threw a little pass out in the flats, and I guess a little bit too aggressive.
They'll step that off.
Yeah, personal foul. So late hit out of bounds is probably.
That'll take it down inside the 35-yard line, down to about the 34. First down, Frederick Douglass.
And again, we talked about the penalties. Just a close game, a battle game, and now that's 20 yards on penalties, offsides, and then a personal foul hit out of bounds.
The Broncos now with an opportunity here for 34. We give to Talbert. He's straight ahead. He's got some room. Here he goes inside the 10-5. Touchdown.
That's all he needed was that little moment.
That one covered 34 yards, and Dakari Talbert, he's been threatening to do that all night with the way he's been running, and that time he broke it open and then just outran everybody.
He did. He hit that hole hard, but he's been doing that the whole game, and just they've been making a very good open field tackle, and Talbot took it to the distance, and unbelievable.
Well, here's Wallace ready to kick. Trying to tack on point number 14 for Frederick Douglass. Kick is on its way, and it is good. And we have a 14-7 ball game. Frederick Douglass has taken the lead with 8:16 to go in the third quarter. Frederick Douglass 14 and Madison Central 7. We'll take a short break and be right back in a moment on Glycod.
A partner that delivers big results with a small business touch? Meet Strat BPO, a joint venture combining 49 years of federal contracting experience with the agility of being woman-owned. We provide scalable business process outsourcing and contact center solutions with top-tier compliance and people-first service. We are 400-plus employees strong, ISO certified, and FSMA compliant. Now hiring in Clark County, bringing 400 new jobs and a bold commitment to community growth. Strat BPO, small business certified, large business proven.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
Frederick Douglass has taken the lead. What a run by Dakari Talbert.
Excellent run. Hit the hole. Again, momentum. Frederick Douglass, and the line did a very good job.
That kick drives Hairston back. He's at the 20 and spins to try to avoid a tackler, but brought down right about at that point.
So we're going to look through what the response of Madison Central is. A very good job of coming out of the locker room, controlling the line of scrimmage. A couple of the penalties for Madison Central kept the drive going for Frederick Douglass, and they took advantage of it with Talbert's touchdown run.
Talbert has put the Broncos in front, and he has both of the touchdowns tonight for Frederick Douglass, just as he had both in their win over Mayo. Madison Central trying to come from behind. They give it to Compton, and Compton is met just about at the line of scrimmage. Fields was in there, to Corey Fields, and we've mentioned his name several times tonight, and he is an outstanding defensive player.
Yeah, when I was very fortunate to coach him actually in middle school, and his nickname was Missile.
Okay.
Because he would go and just go 100 miles an hour, and he's an outstanding and done a great job here in high school.
Second down and just about 10 yards. The turn, and Herbst keeps it. Tries the right side and drags a defender with him. Picked up a couple of extra yards.
And that's what he does. He's going to nick, and just get 4 or 5 and put him in a position to move the chain. So right now there's a big play for Madison Central to match the momentum of Frederick Douglass.
Third down from the 27-yard line. Got 3 to go. Herbst up and under center. Turns and gives behind him to Barnes.
Very good defensive stand right there.
They really met him that time. Frederick Douglass. There's Fields again. There were several Broncos in on that one.
So right now he's keeping his offense on the field.
4th down now.
This is a momentum thing, unless he's just going to try to draw them off sides.
Yeah. This clock running at 6:20. Let's see what they do on 4th down here at their own, just short of the 30-yard line. They do run the play.
And he didn't get it.
That is going to be stopped. They gave it to Barnes. Douglas coming off the field, and they have gotten the ball back on down. So a big play by the Frederick Douglass defense.
Right, very good play. I mean, a lot of energy. When you score touchdowns on offense, I'm a defensive guy, but if you score, that makes me a little bit stronger. And you could tell the difference on their defense. They were jumping up and down, high-fiving, and all of a sudden they got good penetration to keep to turn the ball over to Frederick Douglass. Now, Frederick will probably look to score. Very good job last time having the ball, with throwing the ball and running the ball.
So they got Kaysen wide to the left at the top of your screen, Clay wide right. Ball at the 30-yard line. This will be a first down play as Guzman waits for the snap. There's Talbert right there next to him. Talbert takes it, comes to the 30, dodges a man, gets to the 25, the 20, and is brought down by Hairston, who was lucky to corral him there, but he's so quick. He turns it on.
He does, and what happens is after he makes a cut, he gets his shoulder squared back up to the line straight. He doesn't run to the sideline. He's looking to get distance between you. That's just, I said it before, that's a running back with very good vision.
First down at the 18 for Frederick Douglass. They lead by 7, trying to build on that. Again, Talbert on the backfield with the quarterback Guzman. The snap, this time he's going to throw and pitches it out to his left. And that is Morton around the end, and he is going to get all the way to the end zone for a Douglass touchdown.
Very good block out there with the other receiver on that little bubble screen. Very good block, very good job.
So Guzman completes the touchdown.
Well, again, we talked about not putting the freshman in a bad situation. They're getting the ball out of his hand as quickly as possible and letting his skill guys make plays for him.
Here is Wallace.
Extra point, extra big, extra good.
And that is good, and that makes it 21-7, 5:39 to go in the third. And we'll come right back to Frederick Douglass, where the Broncos have a 14-point lead in just a minute here on Glycott.
We all make choices about alcohol. Kids make choices whether to drink or not.
Bye, Dad.
Bye-bye.
Remember, I'm going to Alex's party tonight and sleeping over.
You have fun. Hey, remind me about that party again?
And adults make choices whether to talk about it. That's true of parents and every other trusted adult in a kid's life. Kids want to know our expectations, and they want honest answers in everyday conversations. So talk with your kids and help lead them on a positive path. Because when you talk, they hear you.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
Credit Terry Kaysen with the touchdown pass. Here's the kickoff now, and Hairston comes over to the 10 to take it, bobbles the ball, and now has to circle back around in some trouble, but breaks through. He's at the 20, 25, 30, and on the run now. Gets past the kicker. He's at the 30, 25, 20. Can they catch him? He's at the 10, 5, and a touchdown for Hairston.
It looks like a flag was thrown to probably about the 12-yard line. That looks like a flag down on the 12.
And they're all pointing back toward the flag. The Douglass players and coaches are, so this will likely come back. But Jeff Hairston showing that you see that happen on a kickoff now, and then the bobble makes everybody focus on that football.
Yes, he did that's exactly what happened. But the flag came out real early, so it wasn't like it came out after he got an issue. So something happened right away, and I have to say that was that's a very good call, it looks like. Because it was the line judge who threw it, but he threw it early.
Got it way back inside the 10-yard line. What was the signal?
Yeah, legal contact in the back.
Okay. And so that will set, after an
Half the
electrifying
distance.
moment, it now faces, or a situation facing Madison Central that is a real challenge as they're way back on the 5.
And their offense is not built for coming back. I mean, trying to score quickly. So this is going to be a test for them and see how they do.
Again, it was Terry Kaysen that caught the touchdown pass for Douglas. So we'll credit him with that. And nice catch and run by Kaysen. And now they give us to Barnes, and he comes upfield to about the 10.
Well, Coach Poe's going to just go ahead and bend, because right now when you're up by 14 and you're not really a passing team by no means, you're basically playing the clock right now.
5 yards, 2nd and 5.
Second down and 5 from the 10-yard line for Madison Central. Clock running with 4:40 to go in the third. And a 21-7 lead on the board for Frederick Douglass. Class 6A, or district play, District 8. Turn and the give behind him. That is Barnes again. Barnes across the 15 to about the 16.
And now for a first down, looks like Madison Central's in a hurry-up offense now.
The ball spotted at about the 16-yard line. Now 1st and 10 for the Indians.
False start on the receiver. He took off a little early down here at the end. So another penalty on Madison Central.
Herbst a quick trip to the sideline.
Because they're very disciplined. They're just having a moment right now, but they get it together. There's no question about it. But you have to run this type of offense. You got to be very disciplined in what you're doing.
So now they're at about the 12. Turn and the give. Well, this time Herbst held on to it, but met by the defense.
A lot of energy right now.
Quarterback sacked by number 16, Thurman Wade.
Credit Thurman Wade with that one.
2nd down.
Thurman Wade, 6'4", 190-pound junior. 34 tackles on the year, and that was his 2nd sack of the year. A 2nd down and 15. Herbst keeps it again and now pitches late, and the runner is driven out of bounds short of the 20-yard line. That time Herbst pitched it to DeBruce, or to make it to Compton.
That's a lot was going on. Frederick Douglass defense, excellent job of reading your keys, what we talked about in the beginning. Faked it to the fullback, kept it, and then pitched it late when he got on the corner of the edge. So everybody had a person, and everybody got their job done.
A 3rd down now and about 8. Herbst takes it, and here comes DeBruce this time, but they've got him, and that is, again, Thurman Wade on the play.
Wade. Yeah, and he's got his man. That's his guy, so he's doing a very good job of not paying attention to any of all the other stuff that's going on, and comes downhill and makes another great tackle.
So Gilbo is back in there, and they are in a punting situation now with 4th and 8 this deep in their own territory. Late stages of the 3rd quarter, less than 2.5 minutes to go in the 3rd. Con back for Frederick Douglass. He gets it away, and it bounces at about the 43, and took one bounce backward and one forward, and comes to rest at about the 44, maybe the 45-yard line.
So coming out of the locker room, Frederick Douglass did what they needed to do. So they get the ball back again, 21-7, 2:06 in the third quarter. So right now, Madison Central needs to stop.
Yeah, this is a huge defensive series for them because if they give up another touchdown, the style that they play will be very hard to come from 3 touchdowns down.
Very hard.
From the 45, Frederick Douglass takes over.
Is that Turner?
And yes, Jeremiah Turner in there on the carry. Stop for no gain.
And the thing about Turner is actually when he was a freshman, he had an ACL tear in a scrimmage game against Trinity. He actually was going to start as a true freshman like a few years back. So right now he's back. He's healthy, but Talbot is doing a fantastic job. So he's getting in when he can get in.
Guzman throws out to the left. Kaysen's out there. It gets away from one man. Finally caught from behind by Liam Daly, but that's down at about the 26-yard line.
Again, a real short pass and let your receivers be athletes and break a tackle and then go from there.
Clock ticking, 1:15 to go in the third, and the ball at the 27-yard line in Madison Central territory. First down for the Broncos.
He's got a very strong arm for a freshman, a true freshman.
Seems to put it in a good spot, too, where his receivers can get it without a great deal of difficulty. And the give to Turner. Turner to that left side of the line, crosses the 30 to about the 27. Colton Johnson on the stop for Madison Central. Final half minute of the third quarter. 21-7, Frederick Douglass on top. They've added a score here in the third quarter. Ready to go now. Still got Turner in the backfield along with Guzman. And now Turner takes it, goes to the 25, down to the 20, and inside the 20. Down close to the first down.
What a combination you got. Turner, Talbot, and Ross. So this will end the third quarter.
Yeah, that will be the last play of the third quarter. 21-7 is the score. Frederick Douglass on top of Madison Central. We'll come back with the start of the fourth quarter in just a moment here on Glycod.
Can one college be all things to all people? Bluegrass Community and Technical College can. Learn more at bluegrass.kctcs.edu.
Need a tow? Martin's Peterbilt Towing Service is here 24/7. Based in London and Pikeville, we will travel to you. Commercial trucks and trailers, no job too big. Call us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Martin's Peterbilt, keeping you rolling.
No one college can be all things to all people. But Bluegrass Community and Technical College is as close as it gets. We're affordable, like you've got a great chance to graduate with little to no debt. Affordable, flexible, with in-person, online, and hybrid programs. And you can easily transfer your credits to continue on to a 4-year university. So while we can't be everything to everyone, we can be a lot of things to you. Learn more at bluegrass.kctcs.edu.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
Start of the fourth quarter here at Frederick Douglass. Keith Elkins along with Cisco Bryant. Scott Moore is our producer, and Devin Jackson, our camera operator. Glad you've joined us on Glycod tonight. 21-7, Broncos lead it as we start the fourth quarter of play. They are threatening again. Here's the handoff. This one goes to Turner, still in there. And he crosses the 15-yard line down to about the 13, and he's getting some good work in here, Cisco.
Yeah, he really is. He's getting some touches that he really needs to get his confidence built back up. And so right now is Madison Central. They need a quick stop because right now is based on, like you said, based on their offense, is they're not a quick scoring team.
Dakari Talbert, we just got some third quarter numbers here. 14 carries, a net gain of 116 yards and 2 touchdowns tonight. So he has had a big night, but passing Jaden Guzman, 10 of 11 now for 82 yards and a touchdown.
And very steady passing, get the ball to your receivers and let them make plays for you.
Here's the handoff now. Turner looking for some room, but not much there for him this time as he was brought down by Will Snell.
He's got that look like, oh, I'm almost. But Talbot did that in the beginning as well. He almost, and then he did. So I think that's what Turner is looking at right now.
So a third down play coming up. Third down and 10 from.
You'll go back to old reliable. You'll throw a little bubble screen or you'll throw a pass down the middle of the field because Wisman's got a very, very strong arm, and I've said that multiple times.
So we're about the 15-yard line. Here's the snap, and Guzman
down the middle.
Looking. Down the middle he goes, and incomplete. Throwing for the back of the end zone there. Kaysen was back there.
He had his receiver. He just underthrew it just a little bit.
So now a fourth down play. Fourth down from the 16, we'll call it the 16-yard line.
So this is a big play for Madison Central to get off the field and keep the score 21-7 and take over with 10 so to go in the game.
Yeah, we're in the fourth quarter now. Fourth down play for Frederick Douglass.
It was like a screen play.
Looking, and they let it develop, but it's picked off. Down the sideline he goes, and this is going to be a touchdown.
It is.
For Madison Central, and heading for the end zone.
That changes the whole game. I don't see a flag down, and all the officials are going down, so that's
Derek McElwee.
That was a big play right there for Madison Central right there.
So McElwee got it in good shape with plenty of room in front of him, and he just took off with it, and down the sideline he went and into the end zone. And as you say, that really changes things because Douglas was on the verge of putting the final nail in, it seemed like.
Yeah, they did, and that's sports. You got to keep playing and do a little pass, and it got picked off and went to the distance.
Derek McElwee with the touchdown return. Gilbo on the field again, the place kicker, with Herbst as the holder. Try to close things up. Flag flies as he delivers the kick. Score holds at 21-13.
Well, the umpire was in the end zone. He threw the flag, so I keep waiting for the Whitehead to tell us what's going on.
Mm-hmm. Gilbo 17 of 20 on extra points for the season coming into this one.
Well, he's talking to Madison Central's coach. I guess he's wondering if they're going to move it up or decline it and just go ahead and kick it. So it looks like that it is against Frederick Douglass.
Well, the lead has been narrowed here. The big play by Derek McElwee. Getting that interception.
That was a big play.
Yeah.
Okay. So it looks like they're going to go for 2, it looks like. Because that'll be half the distance to the goal line,
yeah,
and
so
he never said what happened.
That much closer. And so they will, instead of having Gilbo kick the extra point, they apparently will go for 2.
Now this will definitely change the outlook of the game.
Herbst at quarterback, Barnes and Compton behind him. He'll give it to Barnes, and Barnes is in there. So 2 points for Madison Central, closes the lead to 21-15 with 10:08 to go in the fourth quarter. 21-15, just a 6-point margin now for Frederick Douglass, leading by just 6, and they gave it to Barnes, their workhorse, for the important 2 points there.
Well, and again, we talk about striking quick. You get an interception and you go to this and just striking quick, but we didn't think it was going to happen on defense.
Right. Big defensive play for Madison Central made by McElwee, and he scores in the 2-point conversion.
So a little bit more pep for Madison Central coming out there on their kickoff team now. So now what's the response now for Frederick Douglass? Talbot gets back in the game?
Yeah, and of course for Guzman, the freshman, I mean, it had been such a good game up to this point, and so does he retain his confidence, or will they maybe put the throwing game in the holster for a little while? Let's see.
Right. Well, the way he's been successes of throwing the football is actually outside kick, and it's a legal touch.
Scramble for that.
I think he said Frederick Douglass had it.
Yeah. They're at about the 48-yard line. So.
Yeah, the line
Douglas
judge on that side
it.
just said Douglas had it. So.
They tried to get it back right away with 10:04 to go.
Well, the only problem is unless Frederick Douglass guys touched the ball didn't go 10 yards.
Right.
Mm-hmm. That's why I mentioned a legal touch.
Onside kick attempt, no good.
So I'm a little bit surprised about the onside kick, giving them a very good field position.
So now it is at the 47-yard line in Madison Central territory.
And Talbot is back in.
He is back in there. Snap to Guzman, the give to Talbot, and he is dragged down by Bronson Parker. Good play by Parker, and this series gets off to a good start for the Madison Central defense.
Well, it's going to go what you just said just a second ago. That's do you put the confidence back into the freshman quarterback? We got a guy down with cramps, it looks like.
Yeah, that's Talbot.
Is that Talbot?
Yes. Yeah, so let's see. That appears to be the case, that he would have a cramp. Of course, we're not going to guess, but that's the way they're working on him.
Yeah. Well, he grabbed his toes. He pulled back in the beginning. So Turner looks like he's going to come in off the bench, and this is a big play, 2nd and 13.
Yep, 2nd and 13, 9:46 to go in the ball game, and a 21-15 lead on the board. All of a sudden, things have changed from what they were just a few moments ago, thanks to the big play on the interception return by McElwee to get Madison Central that much closer. And they got the 2-point conversion on top of that. And we'll take a short break here and be back to Frederick Douglass High School on Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
A partner that delivers big results with a small business touch? Meet Strat BPO, a joint venture combining 49 years of federal contracting experience with the agility of being woman-owned. We provide scalable business process outsourcing and contact center solutions with top-tier compliance and people-first service. We are 400-plus employees strong, ISO certified, and FSMA compliant. Now hiring in Clark County, bringing 400 new jobs and a bold commitment to community growth. Strat BPO, small business certified, large business proven.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
Flags fly and whistles blow before this 2nd down play.
False start against Frederick Douglass. Pushing back 5. So this is where we'll find out if they trust their freshman quarterback right now, because this is definitely a passing down.
Now 2nd, and that's going to be about 18.
Madison Central is definitely playing loose, and there it is.
Quick toss out to the right, and then a big hit.
Hold up. Oh, well, in college, we'll be looking at that.
King Bell Pointer took the hit. He's headed for the sideline. Boy, that was right on him.
That was right on him. That's when you're going to have to do a pump and go, because he broke on the ball and broke on movement.
I think that was Canterbury with the hit.
Canterbury, yes.
And now it's a 3rd and right at 20 for Madison Central. Or for Frederick Douglass, rather.
Momentum has definitely switched. And we got a flag. We got to delay a game on Frederick Douglass. Delay a game.
Well, this series is, to say the least, not gone well for them. A big defensive play changed the momentum of this one.
Yes.
10:08 to go in the 4th was when the big play by McElwee occurred, the interception and the return for the touchdown. Now 8:21 left. Now they're at 25 to go. And they just give it to Talbert. Talbert fights his way across the 40-yard line and close to the 45 and then out of bounds.
Now this puts it exactly what Madison Central wants it. They have their opportunity to get the ball back, and they will use the clock. There's no question.
Now it's 4th down at the 43-yard line. You have to get all the way to the 37 in Madison Central territory.
They're in punt formation right now.
So Irakiza is the punter. And he is set in punt formation. Hairston and Compton are back deep for Madison Central. There's the kick, a little bit of a low trajectory, and that one takes a good Frederick Douglass bounce. Now goes to the side, and they're going to down at, I think they touched it there at the 22, looks like. And now Madison Central has the ball and a chance to take the lead.
Wow. Who would have thunk it?
Looked like it was going Douglas's way, and
yes.
Now the momentum has changed, and Madison Central very much in the ball game and trailing by just 6 after that 2-point conversion following the touchdown on the interception return.
Right, and then basically what gave them the 2-point, they was going to go for the field goal, is they jumped off sides.
Mm-hmm. For Carson Herbst now, they have the ball. They have plenty of time to work with it. There's the pitch back to DeBruce.
Good tackle.
He is wrestled down back there for a loss.
Another flag came late. Whoa, that's real late. So we got a flag, and I'm just watching body language to find out who's it on.
Green made the tackle.
Coach McPeak is out on the field. We got a player down. It looks like a Frederick Douglass player down.
So they are tending to the injured player. And they saw the flag fly, and we'll take a short break here as they tend to the injured player, and we'll come right back. The score remains 21-15. Frederick Douglass on top. Madison Central with the ball. We'll be right back on Glycod.
Listen up. In a world overwhelmed by noise, we live life on simpler terms. Our terms. No agendas, no drama. Our road, our rules. Let's ride.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
Back at Frederick Douglass High School, Keith Elkins along with Cisco Bryant. A game that has really tightened up here in the fourth quarter as they tend to the injured Douglass player, and helping him to his feet now, and that is Banther, number 10, Keenan Banther.
Well, they just now moved the chain, so it's against Frederick Douglass. It's like a sportsmanlike conduct. It's 15 yards. Yeah, he said personal foul against Frederick Douglass, so it must have been a late hit. The flag came in very, very late.
Now, at the 38-yard line. 1st and 10 for Madison Central. 7:58 to go. Herbst under center. Turns and fakes and keeps it himself. Looks for room on the right side and finds some. Gets across midfield and down to about the 47. Carson Herbst with the carry.
Well, that's their game right now. They're back in it based on interception, and we got official timeout. Another Frederick Douglass player is down.
Yeah, got another Douglass player down, and they will tend to him, but that time Herbst found a little room. He's tried that keeper a few times, but that's worked as well as any of them, I guess, tonight.
Well, that one worked when they needed it. Very good read again. And this is what they wanted. The game right now, 6-point deficit, and it falls right under their territory right now.
Yeah, and they've got 7:17 to work with, so time even for their style, there's plenty of time left to work with. So they can do the things that they normally do, play the style they normally play, and have enough time to put at least another score on the board.
So Frederick Douglass looking on defense to get the momentum back on their side, and Madison Central is continue to pound the football in 1st down and 1st and 10 on the 48.
Well, it's been a real battle tonight, this district opener for these teams, and Frederick Douglass lost its first 3 this year before winning its next 3. They came in on a 3-game win streak tonight, and for Madison Central, they're 4-2, but they're just 3 points away from being 6-0 as they lost a game by 2 and a game by 1.
Yeah, so they've been in this type of situation before. So it's and I guess this one they're trying to get the W, which is a close game, and I can't pick up his number.
It's 44 for Frederick Douglass. Johnny Brown.
Johnny Brown looks like an ankle.
6-footer, 200-pound junior.
Yeah, hope he's okay. Hope he's okay.
Yeah, not able to put a lot of weight on that leg as they assist him to the sidelines. It'll be a 1st down play coming up. 1st and 10. Madison Central inside Frederick Douglass territory at the 48. Ready to go. Muncie ready to snap that ball to Herbst. He turns. He gives to Barnes. Crosses the 45 down to about the 44. Barnes had 92 yards rushing at the end of the 3rd quarter. 2nd down play.
You said it before. He gets them very little at a time. Next thing you know, he's almost at 100 again. Average 100 yards a game.
Barnes lined up behind the quarterback Herbst, who now looks to the sideline. They got Lawson out to the left. They did throw to him one time earlier tonight. So on this 2nd down play, here it comes, and they give it to Bruce.
They wouldn't set. What happened is they was waiting, and then the back judge started counting, and then they hurried up because they were taking their time, and they still had guys not set yet.
So the false start penalty gives them, or takes away 5, and now they'll be set up with a 2nd and about 11 from the 48-yard line, 49-yard line. We're down to 6:10 in the game with the clock running.
Well, they're doing it again, and right now it looks like that the back judge's hands up in 4 seconds, 3, 2, and timeout Madison Central. Again, Madison Central's coach is trying to get the right play called in, and but he don't realize that it is a time clock.
Well, they give a timeout now. Timeout Madison Central. We will take a break as well. 5:54 to go. 21-15 Douglass. We'll be right back on Glycott.
No one college can be all things to all people, but Bluegrass Community and Technical College is as close as it gets. We're affordable, like you've got a great chance to graduate with little to no debt affordable. flexible with in-person, online, and hybrid programs. And you can easily transfer your credits to continue on to a 4-year university. So while we can't be everything to everyone, we can be a lot of things to you. Learn more at bluegrass.kctcs.edu.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
5:54 to go in the fourth, and it's 21-15. Douglas on top as Madison Central comes back out after the timeout. Big play in this drive. Second down at about 11. Carson Herbst, the quarterback. Takes it himself, and now he's going to throw, and he throws downfield, and it is caught at the 14-yard line.
Great adjustment by the receiver.
That's Compton, made the catch, and they went deep and cashed in.
Now they're doing a hurry up, so they had 2 plays called, and now he slows it down. And the thing when you do that, you got your linemen already set, so they're in that set position for a while. So I give the lineman credit.
First down at the 15 following the catch by Compton. And Herbst gives off to Barnes, and he hits in the middle for a couple. There's Fields again on the stop.
Fields on the stop brings up second down.
Clock ticking toward 5 minutes. Madison Central trying for a big come-from-behind win in the fourth quarter.
And definitely taking their time.
They are. That's part of their game. And, of course, now they got the clock back on their side.
Yes. I'm looking at the back judge. His arm goes up. So now it's 5 seconds when he starts moving it. And here they go. And he's going to get a delay.
Well,
and again, timeout, a delay of game.
There's the whistle and delay of game.
I'm not.
Yeah. So they took too much time that time, and what a big 5 yards that is.
5-yard penalty, replay, second down.
It's second down now. From about the 18-yard line.
Good penetration, fumble.
Wrapped up, that ball's on the ground, but I think it was DeBruce over there that was able to get it for Madison Central, so they retain possession.
Ball was knocked loose by number 51, Lamonte Brown.
Lamonte Brown came through in the middle and blitzed and got penetration.
Lamonte Brown with the defensive play and all fumbled, and Davion DeBruce recovered for Madison Central. Lamonte Brown, 5'10", 245-pound junior. Ball at the 20-yard line now. Third down, 15 yards to go. Under 4 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Herbst has it, throws over the middle.
And good defensive play.
Broken up, and now we'll go to a fourth down situation.
And the quarterback took a big shot. He got it real slowly, fourth down. He took a big shot.
Well, this will be 4th and 15 from the 20. And just 3:40 left now. So now they need a big play, and they need a lot of yardage on this play.
So Madison Central's come out in twins.
You're going to get another timeout?
Madison Central? Yes, sir.
So Madison Central takes the timeout. That comes with 3:40 to go. Obviously, they have to convert on this. So you take the timeout here.
And that's a big response for Frederick Douglass defense because momentum was 100% on Madison Central side. I thought a few times it's not question a coach. Being a coach, don't question me.
Sure.
Being a coach. But I just thought that they slowed the game down a little bit too much. And they got off sync a couple times and got a couple of penalties. So it's not a question of right or wrong. I just thought they had the momentum on that great catch by their receiver.
Yeah. Well, they are at the 20 now, and we've seen a lot of deception through the evening, as that's what they do, is fake the handoffs, and Herbst has held on to it a few times. Of course, he's had to put it in the air a few times, and this is certainly, conventionally anyway, a passing situation at 4th and 15. It's not under center. Herbst scrambling a little bit, now running to his right, looking, and firing into the end zone, and it is broken up there and incomplete, and Frederick Douglass takes over. Toby Robinson credited with the breakup down there. He was right there.
He was right there. Very good job. It rolled him out to the right. Very good offensive call for Madison Central. Gave him more time. He had a couple of linemen in front of him. And great defensive play by Mr. Robinson.
So Douglass with the ball now with 3:31 left in the game. Of course, a lot of pressure now on the offense to execute, and certainly ball security at the top of the list, right?
Right, but the biggest thing about Central has one timeout because they used 2 on this previous drive.
The snap, the give to Talbert, and he finds some room, comes out to the left, up to the 30, 35, and brought down from behind, saving an even longer gain.
He's got a little gimpy. He's getting up a little gimpy.
Carter Hairston with the stop, but Talbot with a big play to get it out of there and get him up to the 37-yard line. 1st and 10 now for Douglass. Clock ticking toward 3 minutes. It's at 3:12.
And the Talbot is on the sideline. He's on the ground right now. I think when he got hit, he fell on his hip, so he's holding his hip, and looks like he's in a little pain right now.
Snap and the give to Turner, who's back in there. Turner, a short gain, hitting into the middle. And Carter Heyer again in on the stop, along with Reeder for Madison Central.
Well, the biggest thing is Madison Central is going to go ahead and make the quick tackle and then get up off the ball so they can spot it, so they can snap it. So Turner stays in, and Talbot is now up. He's trying to walk it off. Offsides, Madison Central.
Madison Central moving, and now the penalty will cost him 5. Now it's up to the 43.
5-yard penalty. Replay, second down.
Second down and just about 4 or 5 yards to go.
Well, now Frederick Douglass is doing Madison Central now.
Right.
They're going to take their time and wait for the back judge to raise his hand, and that puts it on a 10 seconds.
Yeah, the clock got traded again. It's on Douglas's side now.
It's on Douglas's side.
Under 2 minutes to go.
I'm sorry. So right now he's waiting, and they're just standing there looking at the back judge. And now his hand goes up 10 seconds. It looks like coach is going to call a timeout.
Coach McPeak out there.
Yes,
and
he does.
He does signal for a timeout for Douglass with 1:36 to go in the fourth quarter. And we will take a break here, and we'll be right back and come back to this 21-15 ball game in just a moment here on Glycott.
A partner that delivers big results with a small business touch? Meet Strat BPO, a joint venture combining 49 years of federal contracting experience with the agility of being woman-owned. We provide scalable business process outsourcing and contact center solutions with top-tier compliance and people-first service. We are 400-plus employees strong, ISO certified, and FSMA compliant. Now hiring in Clark County, bringing 400 new jobs and a bold commitment to community growth. Strat BPO, small business certified, large business proven.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
Just a minute 36 left. This one really tightened up here in the fourth quarter. Douglas trying to hang on now, leading 21-15 and with the possession of the football. The snap and the carry by Carter Ross, and he crosses midfield, gets down to about the 44-yard line. That'll be good for a first down.
And that might do it. Carter Ross' first touch for the night, too.
Yeah,
good job.
Turner on a few carries, and Carter Ross, who has seen some action at running back and done a good job for them. Made a big gain on that play. And now it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line in Madison Central territory, and coming up on the final minute of the fourth quarter.
Well, that's Carter Ross's 20th touch of the season. So he has carried the football, but that was a big time at that time. Because Turner's been running the ball, and Talbot is a little banged up a little bit. So that's a pretty good gutsy call to have a guy to come in off the bench and ain't played the whole game.
This is a timeout by Douglas now with 53 seconds to go in the game. And, of course, Douglas, it looks like now, will escape with a win. And, of course, for Madison Central, they're going to look back on some penalties and things.
Yeah.
They ran their style of play well for much of the ball game, but had some mistakes in there. There are always things to work on, of course.
Always is. But, they should go into the safety and take a knee, and because Madison Central's got one timeout, and not a math teacher, but I think they can run this clock out without giving it off again. And they are in it.
Yes, they are. They're in the victory formation. And there's the knee taken.
And Madison Central give them their respect. They didn't even penetrate. They just stayed standing, and because they know that it is basically. Game was up and down, wasn't it?
It really was. It really was. And kept us from here right till the end as far as the fans are concerned. And nobody had this one wrapped up early. And now it is being wrapped up by Douglas with the one additional snap. And the final seconds will tick off. And Douglas will begin the celebration. 21-15 will be the final. A big evening for Dakari Talbert, but a big evening for the team, as this was a team effort by Douglas. Had to make some big plays and had to survive a big play by Madison Central's Derek McElwee, whose interception return tightened this ball game up in the fourth quarter. That's the end of the ball game. Zeros on the clock, and the final score is Frederick Douglass 21, Madison Central 15. We'll begin our wrap-up in just a moment here on Glycod.
Listen up. In a world overwhelmed by noise, we live life on simpler terms. Our terms. No agendas, no drama. Our road, our rules. Let's ride.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
Can one college be all things to all people? Bluegrass Community and Technical College can. Learn more at bluegrass.kctcs.edu.
Stuck on the road? Call Martin's Peterbilt Mobile Service. Our 24/7 commercial roadside service, truck and trailer repair, and warranty service will have you back on the road in no time. Call us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Martin's Peterbilt, keeping you rolling.
Leaves and other dirt and grime are no match against the experts at Sunshine Pools, your BioGuard dealer. Weekly service, computerized water testing, or just need advice. Our reputation has made us the company of choice for all your pool needs. Visit us today for a full line of BioGuard swimming pool products. Sunshine Pools.
Hey, who turned out the lights? Hello?
Drive with the confidence and security of a pre-owned Kia from Cartown Kia. This incredible certification package is loaded with a 5-year, 60,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, 10 years of national roadside assistance, and 2 years of free maintenance. Choose from over 70 certified pre-owned Kias or over 1,000 vehicles of all makes and models. It's new car driving at used cars prices with certified pre-owned Kias from CartownKiaUSA.com.
Tonight's post-game recap is brought to you by Cartown Kia, your dealership for unmatched design, performance, and savings at 3120 Lexington Road in Nicholasville. Visit them online at CartownKiaUSA.com.
Back at Frederick Douglass High School on Central Kentucky High School football tonight from Glycott. I'm Keith Elkins, Cisco Bryant alongside. Scott Moore is our producer and Devin Jackson our camera operator tonight. We saw a good one here tonight as we talked about before the game. It was shaping up that way. Both these teams coming in with some positive momentum. Douglass had won their last 3 and Madison Central 4 of 6 on the year coming into this one. Douglass gets away with the 21-15 win tonight, and Dakari Talbert, a big game in this one, Cisco. But there were a lot of big plays, some big stops on defense tonight. We saw the momentum change around. A lot of people contributed to this win for Douglass.
Well, I tell you what, the ending is what we thought it was going to be, but not the way we got to the ending. Mm-hmm. I think that's the biggest key was excellent job. And one of the things that I pointed out right at the break was in the fourth quarter, the running back got 6 yards. And that's when they needed to slow, get some yardage, and the Frederick Douglass defense stepped up a little bit to stop up.
Yeah, you're talking about Corinthian Barnes. Yes. He had a great game overall, 22 carries for a net gain of 98 yards, 4.5 yards a carry. And he was a big part of their offense, but they were able to contain him there in that fourth quarter, as you said. So,
right, because he had 92 yards going into the fourth.
And Dakari Talbert, mentioned his name a lot tonight, of course. 17 carries, 135 yards tonight, a couple of touchdowns, a long run of 34 yards, and he averaged nearly 8 yards a carry. Now, he did leave the field one time with a cramp, and then another time with another apparent injury. And so Turner and then later Carter Ross were in there late for Douglass, but still a big game for Dakari Talbert. We certainly can see tonight why he's so highly regarded and expecting more big things of him in the future.
Yeah, because the biggest play on his injury, he ended up getting a first down that kept the drive going and showed that spark. So I hope he's okay. I texted his dad, but he ain't responded back yet. How's he doing?
Well, we hope Dakari Talbert will be right back on the field when Douglass resumes its schedule. He turned in a great effort tonight. Again, 135 yards on 17 carries. Let's take a look at tonight's scoring summary brought to you by IBEW Local 369. Power up your potential. Scoring started in the second quarter when Dakari Talbert scored on a 5-yard run with 11:18 to go. That was an 11-play, 76-yard drive that consumed 5 minutes and 6 seconds and gave Douglass a 7-0 lead. Madison Central came back and tied it at 7-7 on a 2-yard run by Corinthian Barnes with 1:34 to go before halftime. Peyton Gilbo added the kick, and it was 7-7. And then in the third quarter, we had a score by Dakari Talbert, a 34-yard run, and 7-play, 80-yard drive. Clayton Wallace added the extra point, 3:44 consumed on that drive, and it was a 14-7 lead for Douglas in the third. Halftime score at 7-7. And then the Broncos increased it to 21-7. Terry Kaysen, nice play, an 18-yard pass from Jaden Guzman. Wallace added the kick, and that came with 5:39 to go in the third. And it was 21-7. Douglas had the ball and was driving, and it looked like Cisco at that point that Douglas was on its way to wrapping it up, which they probably would have had they been able to put the ball in the end zone at that time. Derek McElwee had other plans and made an 85-yard interception return, and right down the sideline he went, and all of a sudden it was a different ball game the rest of the way, wasn't it?
Right. Well, and then you got to give credit to Frederick Douglass defense for rising up, because the momentum definitely, they jumped off sides. They went for two. Madison Central went for two, got it, and had a 6-point lead, got the ball back, and then Frederick Douglass defense finished it out with a big stop and getting the ball back to their offense.
Well, they've got a lot to celebrate tonight, a big district win for Frederick Douglass, 21-15, the final over Madison Central tonight, and that's tonight's scoring summary brought to you by IBEW Local 369. And we will continue from Frederick Douglass in just a moment on Glycon.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something at school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
We're big fans here in Kentucky of great savings at Cartown Kia.
Start the season with a win with savings on an incredible lineup of hot new Kias. Like 2025 Kia Sorento, just $269 a month, or buy for 0% financing. Or drive home a new 2025 Kia Seltos, just $209 a month. And win big on hot new 2025 Kia K4. Yours for just $169 a month. $169 a month.
Our team is here for your team at Cartown Kia and CartownKiaUSA.com.
Are you an HVAC and refrigeration tech looking for new opportunities? Tech24 is your single source for commercial HVAC, refrigeration, and kitchen equipment maintenance all across the country. We have exciting career opportunities with great pay and benefits in your area. To learn more, contact Brad at 864-549-8344 and check us out on the web at mytech24.com. 864-549-8344.
A new year means next level math, but even the best teachers can't always provide the personal attention each child needs. Mathnasium has a solution to help any student excel. Our caring, highly trained instructors use a range of teaching modes that ensure true foundational understanding. We're not about rote memorization. The Mathnasium method develops the critical thinking and problem-solving skills they need to succeed, with the option to learn face-to-face online at home or face-to-face at one of our 1,000 neighborhood learning centers. Mathnasium, we're changing lives through math.
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with Glycod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
Can one college be all things to all people? Bluegrass Community and Technical College can. Learn more at bluegrass.kctcs.edu.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football on Glycod.
Back at Frederick Douglass High School following the Broncos' 21-15 win over Madison Central tonight. Keith Elkins along with Cisco Bryant, and just a great matchup in district play as these two teams have turned things on as far as their the momentum in the season this year after Frederick Douglass had lost their first 3. Madison Central had lost a couple of really close games, but they had won their last 2. Douglass had won their last 3 in a row, so obviously something had to give. And it was a really interesting approach to football tonight. I thought a good matchup of styles. We saw Dakari Talbert, one of the outstanding running backs in the state, doing his thing for Douglass. Jaden Guzman, the freshman quarterback, had a great performance tonight overall, too. And then Madison Central, we saw that unusual style, but as long as they've got some clock to work with and keeping the ball game, they can make it work.
Right, well said. On both sides, I thought both teams did a very good job running what they wanted to run and needed to run offensively. Defensively, both teams stepped up and did their jobs as well. It just is, I would have to say that time ran out a little bit on Madison Central.
We mentioned Talbert and Barnes' rushing statistic. Barnes with 98, Talbert with 140 tonight. Jaden Guzman, 11 for 14 tonight. He did have the one interception that led to the touchdown and was returned for a touchdown, but 11 for 14 for 80 yards. And it looks like they have a nice, I guess you'd say, a nice scheme for him to make the most of where he is now as a quarterback. Now, as he gets older, a little more range in his throws, but they're doing what he can do effectively.
Well, I'm excited. I mean, I'm not wishing my life away because I'm at that age now. But
you'd be both.
But with that said, I can't wait to watch this young man develop because he actually leads his team, does a very good job, and knows how to get the ball. He just made a little mistake there. He didn't read the linebacker dropping underneath of it, but that comes with experience.
And on the receiving end for Douglass tonight, Terry Kaysen, 5 catches for 49 yards, and he had a touchdown in this game, an 18-yard pass from Guzman. And T.J. Stewart caught a couple of balls tonight for a total of 14 yards, and 2 catches for Kane Bell Pointer and 1 for Carlin Morton tonight for Frederick Douglass. And so on the defensive side, we mentioned Takori Fields' name a lot. He had 12 tackles tonight, and he had 9 solo tackles. Thurman Wade, he had turned in a great effort on defense, too, 7 tackles for him. And Nelson Araquiza, 6 tackles tonight for Frederick Douglass. Lamonte Brown added 4. Leading tackler for the Madison Central Indians was Liam Daly, and we called his name a lot tonight, too. 11 total tackles, and including 1 tackle for loss tonight. McElwee had 7 tackles in addition to that interception return for the touchdown. And looking at the penalty yards, here they are, penalty yards. 9 penalties for Madison Central for 70 yards, 8 for Frederick Douglass for 67 yards. So it came out about even, but I'm sure both coaches will be looking at that as they prepare for next week and beyond.
Yes, definitely. But the one thing I want to say on Fields, the tackling, when you go up against this type of offense at Madison Central run, you got to want to tackle because they're coming right at you. There's no tackling hips or none of that. You're getting helmet on helmet, and that's an excellent job because he made a lot of tackles when it mattered to help stop drives for Madison Central. So Fields an excellent game as well.
All right, so the Broncos win it by a score of 21-15, and we are wrapping it up here. We'll take a break and come back. We'll have still ahead our most outstanding players and a look ahead at next week's schedule as well. So stay with us on Glycon.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job.
Listen up. In a world overwhelmed by noise, we live life on simpler terms. Our terms. No agendas, no drama. Our road, our rules. Let's ride.
Central Kentucky Driving School is raising the bar in driver education because the safety of their students is too important for anything less. Offering driver training for teens and adults, Central Kentucky Driving School will equip you with the skills needed to become a safe and confident driver. A proud community partner, Central Kentucky Driving School invests in their students and families and guides you every step of the way. For more information, give them a call at 859-538-7775 or visit drivecky.com.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
Here to hear what's on your mind. Take this time to talk and get it right. You know I'll be there all your life. When you need me, I'll be by your side.
Little everyday conversations about the dangers of underage drinking can make a big difference in a child's life. Talk, they hear you.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by Cartown Kia in Nicholasville, movement that inspires, and by Carpenter's Local 1650. Build your winning career today.
Keith Elkins along with Cisco Bryant. We're back to wrap things up, but still a little bit of work to do here as Douglas has beaten Madison Central tonight by a score of 21-15, and we got a couple of other scores here that we'll pass along. I want to remind you can always keep track of the scores with our ticker, brought to you by Don Franklin Auto, and we appreciate that. And a couple of scores to pass along. Lafayette over Henry Clay 37-14, a district win for the Generals. Also GRC tonight, and Bryan Station, George Rogers Clark 17, Bryan Station 17, and they are in the fourth quarter. And Scott County over South Oldham tonight by a score of 42-13. Now it's time for the most outstanding players, presented by Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job. And I think that anybody who has followed us through this broadcast would be not surprised at all to hear our choices for most outstanding player. But we'll start with Corinthian Barnes from Madison Central.
Excellent running back, runs hard, does a very good job staying low to the ground and grind it out a little bit at the end. He really did a very good job and stand behind his block. There's no question MVP.
And his numbers again, 22 carries for 98 yards in the game for Madison Central's number 0, Corinthian Barnes. And for Frederick Douglass, again, no surprise, Dakari Talbert gets our nod as the most outstanding player, 17 carries, 135 yards, and what a difference he makes for Frederick Douglass.
Big difference, and the biggest key is how's he doing, because, man, he got hurt a little bit, excuse me, at the end. So he ended up walking off the field with a limp, but I hope he's okay for next week.
So our most outstanding players tonight, presented by Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job. Corinthian Barnes for Madison Central and Dakari Talbert for Frederick Douglass tonight in the Douglass win over the Madison Central Indians 21-15. And now a look at next week's schedule, brought to you by New Vista. They see the good ahead. Here's where Glycod will be next week. 6:30 start for Douglass at Bryan Station. And Cisco, I believe both of us will be there for that one, so I look forward to working with you on that one. That should be a good one as well. And at 7 o'clock next Friday night, October 17th, it's Scott County at Woodford County.
That's going to be nice.
That should be good too. That's right. And Dennis Johnson, of course, has built that program up over at Woodford County, and Coach McKee at Scott County, and what a tradition they have. And they'll go at it next Friday night at 7. 7:30, Anderson County at Collins, and 7 p.m. over in Southern Indiana, it'll be Floyd Central at New Albany, and 7 p.m. North Harrison at Providence, also over in Southern Indiana, and 7:30 game for Mayhill at Fern Creek. Our schedule is subject to change. We invite you to check out glycod.com for all the information on the games covered by Glycod in Central Kentucky, in Southern Indiana, and in the Louisville area throughout the season. And watch us on YouTube, and like and subscribe, and keep up with all your favorite high school teams throughout the football and basketball seasons and throughout the school year. We're pleased to bring them to you. Appreciate our sponsors being along with us for that as well. And Cisco Bryant, enjoyed working with you very much.
Likewise.
Well, we'll look forward to that again next week, and we invite you to join us for any or all of these games next week that we mentioned as well. So that'll do it for us tonight from Frederick Douglass High School. For our producer, Scott Moore, for our camera operator, Devin Jackson, and for Cisco Bryant, I'm Keith Elkins. Thanks again for being with us. Again, the final score tonight, it was Douglass 21 and Madison Central 15. Good night from Frederick Douglass High School on Glycod.
From Glycod, this has been Central Kentucky High School Football. Tonight's game was brought to you by Bluegrass Community and Technical College. College for your world. Man of War Harley-Davidson, 100% Kentucky owned and operated. IBEW Local 369, power up your potential. New Vista, we see the good ahead. Martin's Peterbilt, keeping you rolling. Elite Building Products in Nicholasville, where you'll find top quality products for your home. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job. Suntime Pools and Spas, good people to know if you have a pool. And by Fast Signs.
Visit glycod.com and follow us on social media for information about upcoming broadcasts and other high school sports content. Thank you for watching this live sports presentation on Glycod.